Welcome everyone to BCP. No, I'm not going to be doing it by myself, but I am doing the opening along with Walt. Tonight we're going to be talking about, has Justin Fields turned the corner? What's up, Walt?
I'm doing good, PJ. It's been a good week. We're coming off a victory, a long break. So,
Yes.
we'll see what happens this Sunday.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling positive about it. I really am. I think we can do all right. As you guys know, tonight's a special night because Chris made it from the UK. He will be joining us tonight, as well as Shorty and Foster. But, well, let's kick this stuff off. Hey, everybody. Look at it. Look at that motley crew.
You guys got spared my dance because of the Halloween opener that Retro made us. Thank you, Retro.
Thanks, Retro. And I appreciate you not letting us being able to see that dance. Thank you very much. Look at that motley crew there. Look at him.
Yeah, look what I dragged out of the trash. Right
oh,
here.
Man.
Hello.
What? All the way from the UK.
Oh, yeah. Fresh from the plane, PJ. Fresh from the plane.
Yeah.
How was the trip?
Straight on it. It was good. Yeah, everything went smooth apart from when I was trying to find Mr. Short in the airport because I couldn't, my phone wouldn't work. So I had a bit of a meltdown. But apart from that, everything's great, guys. And it's always a joy to have a chance to speak to you boys as it is anyway. So, yeah, I'm actually here, man. It's surreal. Dan's got legs and he's really tall. Who would have guessed?
Glad you made it safe, man.
Foster's Foster in real life.
I can't believe it. I just can't believe it, man.
Papa Smirk.
I can't believe this guy's sitting right here.
I can't believe I'm sitting here with both of them at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
It's time to go to Chicago, I think.
Thank God for the opportunity to meet you guys through fucking the technology of today, man.
That's it. That's it.
Well, why don't we pull up the GoFundMe contributors and thank everybody who contributed to the Chris Watts GoFundMe to get him here. Got Aldo Gandia, Jack Johnson, Lynn Hayden. There's a lot of Fosters. James Foster, the Foster family. AC, Aaron Current from the Tailgate Show. Jimmy Foster, Gregory Andreas, Gabriella Foster, Cynthia Foster, Sam Rush, John Santucci, Curtis Newberry, Torian Whitfield, Cliff Victoria, and Matt Hepler. There are three others, too, that super chatted on the bar room. And I apologize that I did not write those down at the time. So we want to thank everyone, all of you Bears fans for making this happen, because this is turning into a special thing. We're going to be on the Fox News morning show tomorrow for the 9:10 a.m. segment of Superfan of the Week. And then I was called today by Larry fucking Mayer himself, the Bears writer, since I was 10 or younger, and spoke to Larry Mayer on the phone today, and he's doing a piece for next week on this whole thing. We're meeting up with Larry Mayer at the stadium for the interview, and it's going to be a whirlwind of crazy fun. So thank everyone who helped to make this happen.
Yeah, I'd like to. Just a little quick one from me is we've had support of like people who I met through doing the podcast and you guys. Then I wouldn't be sat here. There was no way I could have done this on my own. So thank God Dan did the GoFundMe and everybody else. Everybody who chipped in, you made this little middle-aged Yorkshire person very, very happy. And I mean, going on TV, that's just a normal day to me now. All this is normal to me. I get to Chicago and I bring it. I'm here less than 24 hours. Bang, we're on Chicago TV. Bang, we're going to be on the website of Chicago fucking Bears. And I bring it.
Look what this guy did.
Got to pinch yourself to see if it's real, huh? Well, I'm glad you make it, man.
I keep thinking I'm just going to wait.
Wait a second. Wait for the delay, guys.
No delay.
I got one question. When is the next Lord of the Rings there, Watts?
I'm working on it. I'm growing my hairy feet. I'm growing my hobbit feet.
It's funny because he is pretty much exactly how I thought he would look, but for the first 10 minutes, he just kept like looking up at me like, "Damn, you're fucking big."
It's because I've only ever seen Danny see from like the waist up. So I actually thought he had some like really weird sort of like little legs or something. I don't know why. And then when I met him, I was like, God damn, Dan's he's a big dude, man. He's a big dude. So I feel even smaller. But it's great being here, man. It's just incredible, man. It's incredible. I'm meeting Foster already, and it's just it's a fucking dream come true. I know it sounds a bit corny, but stuff like this doesn't usually happen to me, and that's what I express my gratitude to everybody who helped me get here, and who's going to help me through this week. So everybody, you're absolutely brilliant, and you'll be forever like I'll be forever gratitude from myself for anybody, for everybody who did this. So I'm not a religious person, but God bless you all for doing it, man.
That's totally lost my train of thought. What was I just going to say?
I still can't believe this actually happened.
Yeah.
So what was your first impression when you saw Foster?
Exactly what I were expecting, really. You know what I mean? But he didn't have a cigarette in his mouth, what was a bit disappointing. So we forced him to buy some so we could all have a cigarette. But yeah, Foster's amazing, man, and he picked us up, and thank God, because that was the only real tricky bit of the trip, really, were meeting up with Dan at the airport.
Yeah,
because you know how complicated airports are,
especially internationally.
Yeah, so luckily it just came together, and I'm here, and it sounded like I was going to say I'm here and queer, but didn't I? I'm here, I'm queer, and
Geez, I'm stuck in the middle with you guys. Oh my God.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I wanted to say thank you to Lynn Hayden also for Let's Talk Chicago Bears, her channel. I'm sure you guys have already checked her out by now. She does a show with me on Wednesday, and this was all her idea to reach out to the news channels and to the Bears, and 100% is happening only because of her. So thank you, Lynn.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Cheers, Lynn.
Awesome.
So I don't know how long we're going to be on because we have to go and check into the hotel, and we're going to Billy Goats while we're there so that we can also kind of get to bed early enough because this guy's going to be beat. And then we got to get up early we have to be there at 8:30 in the morning for the Fox show. So I'll probably just hand you off to Foster. And then once we get in the car, though, we can come back on my phone while we're driving to the hotel. So
where's the paneling at Foster's though? Hold on. Where's the paneling at?
We're done.
Hey,
Not talking anymore about that.
PJ, I've already found 2 bodies already.
See, that's what I was wondering. See,
They're
that's
like
what I
some
was-
sort of rumbling downstairs, and I ain't got any fucking clue what that is, mate. I'm telling you. I don't know dare ask him.
I was gonna say it's kind of strange seeing Foster's house with no wood paneling on the walls.
Right.
Yeah.
Kitty Cat says, my wife says, welcome to the USA, Chris. So happy you made it.
Hi, Kitty. Hi. Wish you were here, Kitty. It would have been really nice to meet you, but I think there's going to be another time, definitely. This ain't going to be the one and only. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be coming back.
The annual Chris Watts GoFundMe.
Oh, we're not for God's sake.
Hey, Kitty.
The Bears hat. Now he's got the Chicago
That's
hat
it,
to
mate.
go.
Yeah, that's it.
Chicago hat too with the skyline. That's from Linda, my sister.
Cheers,
She
Linda.
got him that. But
Cheers, Linda. Much
he's out there,
appreciated.
man.
Look at old Foster trying to hook up Linda and Chris.
I can't
early.
believe Sorry, man.
No, it's all right, man.
Fuck.
I'm
You're
the same.
kidding me.
I'm the same.
It's real.
Feels like I'm like in some sort of weird Chicago dream. I keep thinking I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be stuck in the flat going.
No, instead you're stuck here.
Oh, yeah. What
With
another?
all the dead bodies.
Well, Foster trying to get you in the family. That's all.
I'll be the first.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for that green card, PG, you know what I mean? So, I don't know where Foster's sister is. Where's she?
Well, play the water, so you gotta remember, man, she's dyslexic, colorblind,
All
Right.
right.
can't
You
read.
can't read. So what's up, guys? How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
We
Doing
doing
good.
all right.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
can't
cool.
complain.
Good show.
Right.
See you later, man.
How you guys feeling about this weekend? Good luck, Charm.
I guarantee a Joe Namath. I'm doing a Joe Namath here. I guarantee they're going to win the next 2 games. I guarantee it.
You know what?
Oh,
I know it's bold words, but I do a Joe Namath on that.
that's double Joe name. If you're crushing both his knees.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with him. I agree with him. I agree with him. Both games.
Both games, man. Definitely.
Absolutely.
And Justin Fields started to play well 2 games ago, and then he just upped his game last week, and the offensive line
Oh,
dominated them, and that was supposed to be a defensive line that we were terrified of.
yes.
And
Mhm.
I mean, Khalil Herbert at one point, unless he finished with it, had like 11.7 yards per carry.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the game plan was Justin was seeing things. So I'm hoping that this really starts to. He's learning offense 202, and it's starting to kick in now. And they're kind of giving him some freedom in it. And I think he's just going to continue to ascend from here.
It's continuity. It's continuity, like we've talked about. It's happening.
Well, Tevin Jenkins being back makes a big difference. I mean, that line looked really nice. Even when Lucas Patrick was in there, and then Tevin was in there, and then Cody. I think the mere fact that they were so stout up front gave Justin the time to pass the ball. I'm looking forward to better things. And then this week, Tevin's not even listed on the injury report, so that's a good thing too. So
So a whole bunch of other players on injury report, but at least not him.
right, huh? What'd you say, Foster?
So that line could be top 10 or better.
Yeah.
Once the continuity, once they get together, they get to play a few more games together, man.
Yeah.
I thought it was so impressive what they did against that front four in Washington, because
Absolutely.
they're renowned around the league of being one of the top defensive lines. And when you look at like any of the replays of Justin Fields, especially his long passes to DJ Moore, the protection were amazing. But also as well, he seemed to be a lot more aggressive, and he was playing more natural. I think he was playing more on himself rather than what they've had him sort of try to do over the last 3 or 4 games.
You got to realize too that the Bears are looking at these defensive linemen in Washington. They want one of them, man. Whether it's Montez Sweat, Chase Young, Allen, whoever, they're all available at a point now. Watch.
Well, we all know it's going to be Chase
Be
Young,
able to
so
do
we're
that
not even
against
talking
those
about that.
guys. and then Braxton will improve that. What'd you say, Walt?
I said we all know it's going to be Chase Young. We're not discussing that anymore.
Oh yeah.
I got to go through it because, Peach, we did this fucking a year ago. Sorry, we did the same conversation. I think that's when I told him to shut the fuck up. What? Wait, why did you
Which time was
I'm
that?
serious. That might have been March or something.
Which moment was that?
We had the same conversation on the bar.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Guys,
Yep.
same guys, talking to the same guys.
Mhm.
So,
But you know what? I want to pose a question to you guys in the chat. Can the Bears put it together in the second half? What do you think?
Mm.
Because we've seen
That's
they can
what they
play
need to
one
do.
half of good football, but
Mm-hmm. Well, the last week was they played better in the third quarter, but they didn't hold up. Or better in the they kind of came back in the fourth after they started to hold them up. So I mean, hey, it's the first time they hadn't given up 25 points, isn't it?
Yep.
Over
Sure.
25 points. The whole 14-game losing streak, they had given up
Yeah.
25 straight or 25 or more points.
Yeah,
So-
I think I'm concerned because of our running backs being hurt on how we do in the second half. I mean, our top two. I mean, if Foreman's going well, fine, but with Darrington Evans coming here, he's only
I'm
what?
actually glad he's back because he knows the system. He played in it last year.
Yeah, but he didn't really play.
So,
He didn't really play. He,
look at his little bit of numbers. Look at some of his stuff in the preseason. He was decent, man.
Yeah, he was
better,
decent.
He's better than picking somebody up off the street.
Absolutely.
I mean,
He's a little spark plug guy.
Yep, absolutely is.
well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know how much he can give us, though. That's what I'm saying. The mere fact
You
that,
don't have to give us a lot.
well, if all we got
Capable of almost
is
everything in
Foreman,
backfield. Sorry, Pete.
that's what I'm concerned about. The fact that we only got him in Foreman.
$2 super chat from Retro just arrived. Dan and Harpo look like hostages.
well, you're not wrong there,
And you
Retro.
know what? He's right.
I got a point. Foster hovering behind y'all and whatnot.
BJ, if you never see me again, mate, you know something's happened in this house. Really nice birthday, sir.
Yeah,
Absolutely, man.
You gotta leave the breadcrumbs, man. You gotta leave the breadcrumbs. Chris, you gotta leave the breadcrumbs.
We got to get to our chat too, guys. What's up, Mark? Thanks for joining us. Steve Phillips, Mammy, Clip Victoria. Where's DVD? He hasn't been around in a while. Who else is here in chat? Mayhem. I saw Mayhem here. J2K earlier.
Yeah.
Zach Sullivan was here. Doug Van
Zach
Dorn won't be
Sullivan?
here tonight.
Zach Sullivan contacted me and made me an absolutely beautiful BCP clock. A wooden clock on a CNC machine. It is absolutely beautiful. So I might be actually trying to put some of those up on the the page where we can sell stuff for merchandise for BCP stuff. So I can't wait to get it hung. So thank you very much, Zach. And Retro, thank you for your $2 super chat. You guys are awesome, man. Really, you guys are awesome.
And I've seen the clock and it looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's
It
beautiful.
really is. It's so cool. It's so cool.
I took a picture of it because we're not at where we're going to be. So yeah, here.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, that's cool. Isn't it?
That is, man.
How big is
Yeah,
it?
it says he downloaded. Yeah, you know me.
It is nice.
How tall is it?
It's like 20 inches.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's not too
Yeah,
bad.
it's like pretty big.
Yeah.
I think when I'm at home, I'll have it hanging behind me, like on the side of the flag or something.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So thank
Good
you,
job,
Zach.
Zach. Appreciate you, Zach. Thanks, man.
What you can do though, you know, for the arms of the clock, you could actually get like arms look like human arms, and it could represent your bad dancing. sure PJ won't go in. God, you two idiots.
Oh man. But really though, going back to the Vikings, I mean, outside of Justin Fields, who do you think is going to be one of the key players to the game for the Bears at least? We'll start with them first.
Foreman and Mooney.
No, it's kind of. I bet
DJ Moore, isn't it?
DJ Moore.
I'd say DJ Moore, maybe Foreman. Is it Foreman, the running back? It isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that they haven't played him up in the past games this season because I really rated him when he played for Carolina last year when he took over from McCaffrey. So I'm quite surprised. He's been like a healthy scratch because when he does run, he's like such a hard runner, and he's one of these guys what gives the contact out, rather than just taking a big hit. So I like to see him get more ball, more of the ball, really. Is Roshan out? Is he out with a concussion? Or the same?
Who?
Roshan, the rookie?
Yeah, he's still under
so, yeah.
concussion protocol.
Yeah, he's in concussion, right.
So
I think that I heard that, was it Greg Gabriel? Somebody said that they have to be out for a week now.
Right.
well, it was Thursday night, so remember.
Well, that's what it's been going. It's been going for a week, but because they already
Besides
been.
that, what I meant when I said Mooney and Foreman was those guys got to be able to perform like Foreman and even Evans got to be able to perform like the Bears were running in order to keep DJ more effective. And Mooney's got to run his routes and make sure he finishes front because there's a couple balls that like one he could have ran to. The other one everybody was complaining about. I think he just had to do what he had to do on that one kind of.
Well,
in the moment.
I mean, there were one where he would definitely, pass it to Ferguson when he were in the end zone. I mean, the defender he will turn his head. I keep swearing. Sorry, but like he will turn his head. So I mean, that was a really bad call. But Mooney could be open because obviously all the defenses now are going to really concentrate on DJ Moore. So hopefully that could open him up. Open him up to some more catches. So we were going to win anyway on Sunday's. Foregone conclusion.
Yeah. Well, he had two nice balls too. I mean, Mooney was open on.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's saying he has two nice balls.
Hey, PJ, I've got to share the hotel room with this guy tonight as well.
That's the only reason they're both going to make it out of here alive.
4,000 miles of travel, PJ. 4,000 miles.
Aldo sent me Aldo. Thank you. Kudos to Aldo for hooking us up with a hotel room for free for tonight to go to Fox.
Big ups to Aldo.
Thank you so much. And Donna, thank you so much.
Awesome, man.
Yeah. What was I just going to say?
I've got no idea.
Yeah, you're talking about two balls, man.
What do you guys think? Okay, so we were talking about the offensive line before, right? Kind of.
I was saying that he had two nice passes, or he had two open.
Go.
Mooney was open on two passes that were overthrown. So
Were they though?
Those he has a much bigger game. Both of them do.
Do you really believe? I don't believe they were overthrown. I just think Mooney stopped the route and turned around instead of kept on running. If he would have just kept running.
Okay, I'll give you that on that one.
That's the one for sure.
He should have just.
Yeah. If he kept running.
He made that mistake twice. The very first play of the game, and then again with the pass in the end zone.
Exactly. He turned around on both of them. So if he keeps running, man, he has two touchdowns. Easy. Man, Foster, why don't you go grab a chair, man?
That's what I was going to say. I was looking at the reservation from Aldo today, and I saw like Queen, because I had just started looking at it. So the first thing I saw was Queen Bed 1. I was like, "You motherfucker! You got us a single quid." And I look and I see it says Queen Beds 2. I was like, "Cool."
but Dad, you would be the taker and I would be the giver.
Nope, I would get another hotel for myself.
Hey, Chris, you're better off just taking your blanket and your pillow and sleeping in the bathtub and locking the door.
I'm telling
You know what, Walt? I agree with
you. You don't want to stay at Foster's.
I don't even want to be here tonight.
It's like that scene in the Wedding Crashers where Vince Vaughn wakes up strapped to the bed.
But yeah, I'm worried about the running backs or the lack thereof. And I know for certain that Minnesota's going to take away DJ from us. They're going to probably double him, bracket him, do something. So our other people are going to need to step up. And whether or not they can, I mean, I'm sure Komet, he'll do okay. Mooney needs to run through those passes, though. I mean, just keep running. I think we'll be fine. But I'm still concerned on that aspect. Of course, I still got us winning, though.
Yeah.
PJ, who do you think, though, we're going to have as the third wide receiver? Because obviously with Claypool being traded, who do you think is going to have to step up and replace him? Is it Tyler? It's Tyler Scott, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here?
I heard.
Would it be him or would it be Velas Jones? I mean, he's got to be there for some reason, or apart from just like
watching ball sale,
and then running back to the sideline when it's a touchback.
Right.
I heard Getsy mention Tyler Scott.
Right. All right, cool.
Yeah, I heard him mention that he's going to, have a role increase. I mean, he named him by name. He said the guys, and he specifically named Tyler. So how big of a role he has, I don't know. I mean, because he's kind of small. He's kind of small, so I don't know how they're going to figure that out. EQ is injured, I believe, limited.
So,
yeah. So it's going to be. I think we might have to look for another big wide receiver. We might have to look for one.
Yeah, I mean, they went out and got that guy off the Giants practice squad. Was it Colin Johnson? He's 6'6".
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's big.
But definitely
so that means
offseason,
he's
definitely get somebody.
So that means he's on the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was poached off the practice squad or that was his last position before becoming a free agent.
Oh, okay.
So,
what's his name?
Colin Johnson, I believe. Johnston.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
Yeah, he's only played a couple years for Giants. I think the Jaguars or Carolina, one of the two. He hasn't really done much.
Look at Hair Bear. Holy shit. Is that C-Dub and Shorty in the same room? Welcome, Chris. Sorry to interrupt you.
Cheers, Hair Bear, mate. Cheers, mate.
Oh, but really, we got to bring it.
I've been wanting to do this since 1985. that either says I'm a very lazy person or I just needed to kick up the ass, basically.
What were you saying, Walt?
Sorry, Walt.
I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, it's fine. No, I was just saying that we have to bring a third wide receiver into the fold in some way because Mooney has to pull his head out of his ass first after last game. Don't know what was going on there, but we can't just lean on DJ Moore.
Right.
100% of the time.
Because they're going to take him away. I mean, they'd be dumb not to.
Yeah, I mean, he's good, but there's only a limit, so much like one person can do by himself.
Yeah, Foster, you don't have no more chairs in your house, man?
Yeah, dude. But the next one I'm going to get is a recliner, dude.
Well, he's got to stand guard, PJ.
Right. He makes me nervous.
He looks like we're being held hostage.
PJ,
what are you talking about?
What you can't see is that he's got a gun to my back.
I'm telling you. Making me nervous over here. I'm like,
anyway, Chris. Not going anywhere, are you, son?
Hair Bear, in case you missed it, we're going to be on the Fox Morning Show tomorrow at 9:10 a.m. for the Super Fan of the Week. And then I got a call from Larry Mayer today, and he's doing a piece about us, or Chris, for next week. And we're going to be meeting with him at the stadium to do like an interview. Larry Mayer, the Bears senior writer. Like he's been writing for them since I was 10 years old or something, man. So that's crazy. You're a lifer if you work for the Bears. You're a lifer. They are loyal to their.
What happened to you, man?
What?
Well, you used to work for Bears, didn't you?
Oh yeah, except for me.
They're smart.
Except for me.
Sometimes other people are smart.
Foster, would you like to sit down?
No, go ahead.
Sure.
Man. Yeah.
I wasn't paid to work for the Bears other than the tickets though. So.
Oh, all right, fair.
And my training camp access, like literally staying in the dorms with them,
Really? Wow.
eating our meals with them.
What's up, CJ Williams?
CJ.
Then we got B Foster in the house.
Hold on, Cliff. I'll get back to that in 1 second. Just wait for it to come. Here it is. So,
Another $2 super chat from Retro. Cliff only chair Foster needs is electric chair.
There you go. Brilliant.
Thank you for your $2 insult.
Sorry.
so
Appreciate the
Cliff
super
brought up
chat
here.
there, Retro.
He's asking about how Justin Jefferson missing is going to affect the game. On paper, it's really good, but you're going to have to worry about Jordan Addison now. You can't just completely negate,
Right.
Kirk Cousins' ability. He has I wouldn't say Addison is a true number one right now. He's not. He's still a rookie, but he can make those big plays. And we know Cousins is, pretty adept at throwing, just chucking the ball down the field.
Yeah.
So I was actually going to bring that up in a little bit, but we got to it earlier.
Yeah, you're right about that. And Kirk Cousins is a high noon quarterback.
Yeah.
He always plays his best
Go ahead.
at high noon.
Well, I was going to say it is noon, like you said. So he's either going to be really good or
it's
really
not.
bad.
Oh wait, it's not. It's not. Oh, is it a 4:00 game?
Oh no,
It's a 12 o'clock game.
Let's 12 o'clock. Yeah.
Wait, what? I'm fucking lost right now. What just happened?
You just went through the time loop. you went into some sort of other reality and came back and you lost what you lost. Yeah.
No, what time is the game this Sunday?
It's
12 o'clock.
Noon.
yeah.
Noon.
Right, that's how I said he's a high noon quarterback.
Yeah.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
What's going on right now?
I'm trying to figure out what Foster doing behind y'all, man.
Foster, stop licking me there. Stop licking me there. For God's sake, man. What are you doing?
Terrible.
Jesus.
I should have been the one playing it.
Just so I'm not lost anymore. What just happened? I was saying he plays best at noon games, right?
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, you were.
Yes.
And then Walt said he's not playing at noon.
No, he said he is.
No, he is playing noon.
Oh, he's playing at noon. That was what I missed. Thought you said he's not playing at noon. I was like, wait, what? He's not?
Does it?
Well, I think I've seen Cap highlight the matchup between Darnell Wright and what's the guy, the number 99, Hunter? Is it Danielle Hunter? Yeah. Danielle Hunter has 6 sacks coming into the game. So that'll be a matchup to watch.
Mm-hmm. Is Roshan Johnson's coming back for this game? Right?
Probably not at this point.
He's still in concussion protocol. Hasn't been.
I'm sorry. The cornerback, Jalen Johnson.
Jalen Johnson, yes.
Yeah.
Him, Eddie, and Kyler Gordon, possibly. All 3 of them.
Eddie,
All right.
Eddie too?
Yeah, I think he was was he full practice today?
I didn't look.
I know he's limited. Either yesterday or today, he was limited. I can't remember.
He was still limited today.
Okay.
But Jalen Johnson was full practice. Doug Kramer's been full practice
Right.
last 2 days too.
After those snaps that Whitehair had, I wouldn't be surprised Kramer get in there.
I hope so.
My goodness.
I'm a big Kramer fan. I think just throw Whitehair away and Lucas Patrick. We don't need him.
Yeah, he needs work on those snaps.
We got our center of the future right here.
Yeah, but he does seem to get sort of pushed back quite a bit, and he seems to be on the floor quite a lot as well. So I don't know if he still needs to like build a bit more core strength or whatever. But yeah, I mean, them snaps last week were like watching a bad junior team play. It was terrible.
Got another $2 super chat from Retro. I have to work in the AM. What time is the beheadings?
Foster?
Yeah, but I mean, I know what you're saying about Kramer being a little off balance at times, but I mean, what's the difference between that and somebody just swimming over Cody Whitehair repeatedly?
Yeah,
Nothing.
true. Yeah.
The only difference is, 9 times out of 10, Doug Kramer falling down doesn't affect the play.
Yeah, good point, Walt. Good point.
So.
I didn't really get to rewatch this game, so I thought Whitehair didn't play that bad.
His snaps was like off. He had about.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he had the one that
the high.
Either high to the left, to the right. You have to go down and get it. So he was all over the place.
Yeah.
He actually had that one assisted carry for about 6.5 yards with Herbert, right? When they were going down the field, so he was pretty active. He had some moments.
Herbert gets it
on a couple plays and a couple bad snaps, maybe
two tree.
Yeah,
two tree.
It'll be
bad
tough
snaps.
to watch, but that offensive line is just—they're going to be good. I feel they're going to be solid, man. I really do. That's showing against Washington, so I think we'll be okay there.
Yeah.
It was nice to see Tevin too just plug right back in.
Yeah.
Like he didn't miss a step.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. Too bad he wasn't there a game or two
prior
ago, man. At least the one before. Who knows what difference that makes with that offense?
Yeah. But even with you were talking about Jalen Johnson a few minutes ago. I don't know if I want him to play over Tyrell Smith. I mean, Smith has been playing just as good. I mean, Jalen Johnson he's there. He's a big name, but that's all he is on paper. He's got a decent coverage rating.
Yeah, but he's a shutdown corner, doing it. I mean, he don't really get that many passes his side, really. So that's why he really don't get the interceptions that he should do. But I don't know, man. I'd rather have him in rather than a rookie because you got like a rookie Stevenson. Is he playing Stevenson?
Yeah.
So you got him on one side. So we need a little bit of experience. But yeah, it's a difficult one, man. Do you go with experience or do you go with the youth?
I don't know if I have him play the whole game because he's coming off the injury too.
Good point.
There's
I mean, I hear what you're saying, Chris, about that. He is, an experienced corner, and he's good. But there's times where he's in the play, and there's times where he's 6 miles behind or off to the left of the defender too. Now, part of that could be scheme as well. We've seen those soft zones for every player, but I mean, you're coming into a contract year. You've already missed 2-3 games at this point.
Yeah.
Like,
he's gonna.
Your replacement is sitting there nipping at your heels right now. And if you ask me, he earned his spot. Johnson, he's got to show me something.
I think
he's a hard taskmaster, isn't he, Walt? You're a hard man, Walt. You're a hard taskmaster. You ride him hard, boy.
I think.
I'm just looking at my. Huh?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm just looking at what Billy Goats closes an hour earlier than I thought, so we should probably get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
we got to get to the hotel and check in and put our shit away, and then.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
But I'm gonna hop back on when we get in the truck.
Okay.
Cool.
You want to? We'll just leave so Foster can say bye, and then you can come back when he's done.
Okay.
If I can get this mouse to work.
Well, before you go, we do have one more super chat. Oh, you're gone.
Okay. Another retro $2 super chat. Trivia: active QB who hasn't thrown a pick six.
Ooh. Active as in current NFL right now?
Purdy?
Anybody?
Purdy?
Yeah, good call, man.
I'll take that. Purdy.
Yeah.
Is it Purdy?
CJ Stroud hasn't thrown an interception, period.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I might try to even. Steve's saying I might try to go on in Billy Goats if you guys are still. Look, if I leave you guys alone, it'll be a 6.5 hour show. So I'm sure I will be.
Yeah, I mean, usually you guys are my like wake up call on a Friday morning. Oh, it's 6 o'clock, boys. I'll still be going.
All right. What's the
Thank you
answer?
again, Retro, for your $2 super chat. Everybody, we'll see you in a little bit when we come back.
Okay.
All right.
The guy in the chat, Mark says Houston. Hair Bear says Badgett. B. Foster says Richardson. And Cliff Victoria says Mahomes. What's the answer?
What's the answer, Retro?
Did you say Trubisky? Trubisky?
Has he even thrown a pass this year?
I guess he means ever. Has he ever thrown a pick six?
That I don't know.
Wow. That would be okay. Wow. Okay. He's saying Trubisky. Okay. Well, all right.
Okay, it's Trubisky then. I'll take your word for it, Retro.
Man, he's the GOAT. No, I'm just playing. Just playing. No. I think this week is going to be a pivotal game. Meaning, if we lose this game, I can see us getting back in a hole. But if we win this game, really building some momentum.
Yeah, no, I agree. This stretch from now up until the first Lions game is pivotal. I'm sorry. You can easily win those games, even the ones versus the Chargers and what's the week before? Carolina. I mean, Carolina should be a definite win.
Man.
Definite win. If you lose that game, just pack up and go home.
Yeah, I don't know how you come back from that one.
Yeah.
They're looking bad. And I was never a Bryce Young fan, but I don't understand why everybody was talking Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. Just a mere 5'9" or however tall he is. That to me and small, just problematic. I don't know what they saw in him. I really don't. I mean, he can prove to be a good quarterback later on, but me personally, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I know they brought it up during Combine and all that. That the track record with smaller quarterbacks isn't all that great.
Yeah.
And I know they cited Kyler Murray and a few other people.
Yeah. But Kyler was fast, quick. Bryce, I don't see any of that.
No, that's true. I mean, he did good in Alabama, but he had a really good team around him too, and that's not the case in Carolina.
Exactly.
It is quite comical. Carolina's going out there saying now, we want to trade for a number one receiver. It's like, hey, you had one.
Yeah.
Just looking like a bunch of tools,
So I know this is skipping a little bit, but where are you guys at on if Justin Fields finished with 4,000 plus yards and 30 plus touchdowns, and Carolina doesn't win the game and we get their number one pick, and so we're number one overall? What are you guys doing?
But what are you doing?
I'm of the belief if Fields is making progress like that, which he would then become the all-time leader, because no other Bear quarterback thrown for 4,000 yards. No one ever thrown for 30 touchdowns. So I would go with Fields because he's proven to be a leader. He's proven he would then at that time shown that he overcame adversity and succeeded. So bringing in a new quarterback, you got to see if they can handle the adversity. And Chicago's a rough town, especially the media on quarterbacks. So, yes, bottom line, I'm with Hair Bear. Absolutely. I would trade it and see if I can get 4 first-round draft picks for it.
At this point, I don't know if I trade it. You have a generational wide receiver in Marvin Harrison Jr. coming up. Now, it is true you do have Caleb Williams and Drake May, but we saw last year with the Texans, teams aren't going to be afraid to trade up if they have extra picks to get, say, a defensive player or another complementary piece.
Well, no matter who has to pick, Caleb Williams going number one. So if the Bears have it, they can trade to number 2. They can trade to number 3. But Caleb Williams going number 1 because everybody's talking about he's a generational talent. So he's going number 1, be it by the Bears or whoever. Team trade out of it, he's still going number 1.
I mean, if the scenario stays where you're saying, Fields is 4,000 yards, 30 plus touchdowns, etc.,
right?
Even if we have the number 1 pick, we're not taking Caleb Williams. That would be an idiotic move.
Oh, I don't think we are taking. I'm just saying.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. You're saying that, but anyone out there that's saying that, we need Caleb Williams, I don't know what you're watching.
Yeah.
I mean, trade him maybe. If you're going to trade the pick, you could possibly hit the Raiders. They were number 3 or 4,
right?
Last time.
Last year?
No. In the current draft setup, like how the way teams are ranking.
Okay. Yeah.
So you could use that, maybe pick up, extra first next year, a second this year.
Arizona.
Arizona's a funny one. Like you don't really know what they're doing. That's just a dumpster fire of a team.
Yeah, but they got 2 first-round draft picks, I believe.
That's also my point. Like you have a team like Arizona who does have those 2 picks, and if they're going to build around another quarterback, if they're going to build around Kyler Murray, I don't know. They could jump ahead of you and snag that receiver. So if I have the number 1 pick, I might hold on to it and say, enough's enough. It's time to start using those high picks to actually take blue chip prospects that are going to make a difference. I mean, I understand trading the number 1 pick last year for DJ Moore. That was a deal you can't really pass up. But are we going to continue going on? I'm going to trade for next year, and I'm going to trade for next year, and back and back and back.
No, what I'm saying is, if let's say Carolina got the number 1 pick, then we call it because we didn't have it because of them, and Arizona has the number 3 pick. If Arizona wants to move the 1, I'm saying I believe that they're not moving the 1 to take Marvin Harrison. They will move the 1 to take Caleb Williams. So if we trade with them, they're taking Caleb Williams. Now we have the number 3 pick. That other quarterback goes number 2 to whoever. Then at number 3, we get Marvin Harrison. That's what I'm saying.
It could go that way. It definitely could.
Yeah, that's what I would think would happen, because that's what I mean by the statement that I believe no matter what, Caleb Williams is going number 1.
Okay, I'll bite on that argument. Let's say Caleb Williams goes number 1. Now, who knows what number the second? Let's say we don't have the second pick. And it's somebody else, and we're at pick 3. Let's say we traded the number 1, got the 3rd,
right?
And somebody's between us and the 3rd pick. I mean, Harrison's a good enough player to where somebody could come up and take that second pick. I mean, Drake May hasn't really. He's not Caleb Williams,
right?
He's not. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he's not an amazing quarterback, for lack of a better term. So it's a possibility he could go 2. Yes. That always is. I'm not
it's
saying
possible.
that, but
yes, it's possible. But
1 and 2 right now, like you said, Caleb Williams definite number 1.
Yes,
probably in my book, Marvin Harrison number 2.
Because of how it happened last year, I remember the Jalen Carter and the guy from Alabama, the defensive end. They were talking about them being the 2 best players, but ultimately, the 2 quarterbacks got taken the top 2. So That's why I'm like, I'm thinking again, 2 quarterbacks going to go to the top 2. Again, it's early because quarterbacks really pick up steam once the combines and whatnot starts. But that's what I'm thinking. So a safe spot for me could be number 3.
Mhm. I mean, I'm just to the point where it's, enough time has passed. We're in the second year of the rebuild. We need to start getting some elite players. I mean, good players are fine. Foles has done great with a lot of his picks. He hasn't really missed, too badly.
Right.
Minus, the Claypool trade and, maybe Vallis Jones Jr. We don't really know because they're not using him, period. And even as a kick returner, I don't think we've returned a kick all season.
Nope.
So far. So there's that. But, you're at the point where you need that other guy to complement Justin Fields. I mean, you have DJ Moore, but you need more than just DJ Moore, like we were saying.
I agree with you. I mean, what my hope is that if we could trade down with Arizona, get, hopefully like the number 3 pick and their other first round pick, get 2 more because I figure they're going to pay a premium. Whoever going to pay a premium for Caleb. Mm-hmm. So if we now got 3 first round draft picks this year coming or next year coming up, Marvin Harrison, Jared Verse, and give me an offensive tackle or a center or somebody, but an offensive lineman of some sort. That's why we're going with those 3 picks. So yeah, I'm with you. I'm wanting to get talent. I'm just thinking we can trade down and still be able to get that said talent.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely one mindset. I'm of the case where I don't want to play games with who I want. I want who I want, and I'm going to go get him hell or high water. That's all.
Okay.
But before we go on, Foster's back. So weigh in, Foster. What do you think?
Hey, first off, Dan, and I don't know, he had to stop and get gas, so they should be on maybe in a little bit here. That was the biggie, and then you guys were talking about
We're missing some early draft pick talk right now.
Yeah. So I don't know. I got to wait that one out. Let the rest of the college season finish. See who's what. You know how the grades go. I go back and I look at a draft I did on the 26th of December for last year, and believe it or not, I think I picked like 4 or 5 of the Bears on that draft. Just nowhere near in the order. I got it somewhere. I saved it. It was just amazing that I even saved it because I deleted all that. Only because I sent it to Aldo. The only reason I got it. That's why. I forgot. So, but I mean, I couldn't judge that right at this moment. That's all.
Okay. With
the pick, whether I trade it or not. I'm inclined to trade it because I always believe that you can find, like, I'm like you, Pete. Like, I can find talent, dude. If you got a good enough valuing system, and I think they do. They're not going to make 100% right with Claypool stuff, and not everything's going to be peachy keen, man.
Right.
But I'm still of the belief with the team that even the defense, as these young guys learn how to play the game, I'm talking Pickens and Dexter, and even the guys in the secondary, they're actually getting the real training.
Where are you at on Fields right now? As of right now, where are you at on Fields?
I've been in on Fields. I've never not been in on Fields. I don't think you've ever heard me say anything negative where I'm not in on Fields. So I'm shocked at what I saw in that game, but that can happen. I don't think that's going to happen every week. That's why the other facets you guys were talking about needed, to be dealt with. Even when I brought up Foreman and who else did I say? When you asked the question earlier in the show, when everybody was on with
you talking about the 2 running backs?
You guys were saying DJ Moore.
Darrington Evans? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, well, him, yeah. I thought it was better to have somebody who knows the system's been in it and he didn't show you anything negative when you saw him, not even in practice, not even in the preseason and the time that he did play, the minimal.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong there, somebody please show me it because I don't remember it. There might have been one incident, maybe one thing.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
just
it looks
blocking
like
assignment. There was one thing maybe, and I mean that's it. So at least that's not fun. It's good to see everybody, man. Sorry I missed last week, guys.
well, you're here now.
There
Yes,
you
I
go.
am. With all my hair, because I still haven't touched this since the season started. If anybody remembers, I'm sure Dan forgets. He should be seen right about now too.
Yeah.
Not
So
heard.
so Dan just pulled in with everybody, but before I bring him in, I do want to bring up Cliff's question here, where
Yeah.
he says, how could Chicago handle electric car charging? We have it right now,
Yeah,
so it's no different.
I don't think the power grid's cut out for it yet.
Yeah, I mean,
And besides, the smart automakers are all making hybrids now because that's the way to go. 10 gallons of gas a month instead of like 60 or 80.
hmm,
Look at Honda and Toyota are making a lot of hybrids because they've been proven efficient, man.
yeah.
Every time you brake, you're recharging your battery. City cars,
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been driving in the city, at all, period. But
lucky
and the
shit for
infrastructure
you.
itself, like you said, minus the power grid, Foster,
Yeah.
that'd be fine. I wouldn't worry too much about it. But it looks like I think they're ready. So let's bring in Chris and Dan. Well,
It's just like a darkened Chris.
There you
go. Yeah, but what, you get in trouble for that?
No.
What do you get nips for doing that over in England?
You can't have the light on when
You
you're
can't have a
driving.
light when you're driving.
Well, what the fuck is the point? It's for people when they're sitting in the passenger side to be able to read a book.
Because you can
Well,
blind
what I wanna know
the
is how-
driver at the other side coming towards
Hey,
you.
Shorty.
Yeah.
You cannot drive with your lights on, bro.
Are you kidding me?
No,
Not in the state of Illinois.
Not in the state of Illinois, sir.
It's in the code
PJ
book, dude.
knows. PJ knows.
That's a big book, Peach. That state of Illinois code book, right? That's a big
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
book. Excuse my language.
Zach Sullivan, I mean, not Zach, Bear Truth 9 knows.
Mm.
He's in the chat. He can tell you.
Wow. That's crazy.
Well,
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, we get
it is Illinois.
to the chatty.
That's true.
Cliff, Zach, GCA, Mark.
Oh,
Mark.
this is weird. You gotta go like this.
What's up, B-Man?
Yeah.
But if you have light on your phone, you can light up the inside of your car. You just can't turn on your dome lights.
I don't think I have a. Well, it's an iPhone 15. It probably has a light on the front of it.
I think so.
We're getting some code book law enforcement in Illinois today on the fucking. Chris just gets in from England. What's the first thing he learns? How to break the
You didn't
law.
learn any.
By
Chris
Danny
Watts,
Short.
Chris Watts was the one who said it. He already knows the law. Dan doesn't. I'm like, come on.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man, we're talking about trades though, draft wise. What about in season?
What about what?
What about
Trades
in season
in season.
trades?
What about them?
Well, there's one I want to bring up. There's been a rumor flying around outside of, Las Vegas, just completely falling off the map and some of their players becoming available. And I know a lot of people have been talking about Max Crosby, the defensive end.
Ooh.
So I just made up a quick, stat line here for him. The numbers are telling. I would be willing to move some picks and try to pick this guy up. He's only 26, so he's not that old. But he's got 28 tackles. He's already at 5 sacks. I think that's as many as our entire team has right now. At 27 hurries, we had 34 total pressures. I mean, the guy's a beast.
He is a beast.
That ain't much better.
Plus, he has the he's got that like alpha mentality, which I mean, Yannick is good, but he's still missing like that killer instinct. I think, at least from what I've seen so far, he could turn it around. But
I would love a Max Crosby. What? I can't read it. Do you have a trade scenario there or something?
I don't have a trade scenario.
No.
There hasn't really been one yet. I mean, you're thinking if he forces the Raiders' hands, you might be able to pull off something maybe middle of the road in terms of picks. And I wouldn't go dropping a first or even a second for him unless it's the 2025 second. And at that point, it's 2025. Who cares? You can make that up.
Right.
You know. But
Yeah, I would love some Max Crosby.
Yeah.
So here, real quick, I was going to say, just because Walt's got this up there nice, there's great graphics, and then it says Max Crosby, total tackles 28, sacks 5, hurries 27, total pressures 34, overall grade 91.4, pass rush grade 90.4, run defense 87.9, PFFs, you know.
Do we know what his salary is by chance? And how
Look
many
it up.
more years he has on his contract?
Give me a second. I'll pull it up.
Okay. Because my thing is, if I'm with Cliff, not Cliff, Walt, first of all, I'm not trying to give up a first or a second. And furthermore, if I'm taking on his contract, I'm definitely going to have to give a lower draft pick.
So it looks like he's actually signed to 2026 right now.
Okay.
Right.
So you're going to get a couple years out of him. Easy.
BJ, are you talking to polls again?
No, him and I are mad at each other right now.
Okay.
We're trying to get over it.
Sorry, Walt. I had to ask, dude. I had to ask. It goes back too far, man. Continue, please.
No,
Well,
I mean,
sorry,
go ahead,
mate. I was just going to say, I think like a defensive end is a position where you could bring somebody in halfway through a season, because rather than say like a wide receiver or a running back or anything like that. So I do think it's a position what could work in a mid-season trade rather than say like an offensive player who's got to learn a massive playbook, like a skill player. So yeah, I'd be up for it, mate. He's a class player. I suppose it's just it's just the money. I don't I ain't got a clue what sort of money he's on or anything like that. So I don't know if he'd be an expensive, buy or what. So, but yeah, good call, Walt.
Yeah, I mean, my problem is he's making about 12.9 right now. That's going to
Right.
jump to 24 next season, and then 27 and
Ooh.
27. So you're going to have to restructure the deal eventually, whether it's during the trade talk process or sometime after the fact.
I don't see polls doing it, man.
Yeah, that's the
I
one
think
sticking
he'll
point I'm having.
let
with
these
it.
guys learn to play together and see what they can do. Unless something wows him, where he's made, or either way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go, Pete.
No, I just was going to say, given what happened with this Claypool situation, I don't see Poles pulling the trigger like that again, knowing that we could possibly have a high draft pick. To James Ford point, he says you're not going to get Max Cross on for nothing less than a first. If I have to give up, like Walt said, a first or a second for him, I'm not doing it because I'm not trying to have that repeat of Claypool.
Now, to Mark Kazak's point, he said, "Can't you just draft a defenseman?" Sure, you can, but you got to remember, you only have Yannick this 1 year, and then he's gone, and you got to redo his contract. You don't know what you're getting out of guys like Rasheem Green, Dominique Robinson. Those are 2 question marks there. So you have DeMarcus Walker locked up for a little bit, but there's still a lot of questions on the end. And honestly, I know his philosophy is pressure up the middle. We got to have that 3 tech. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to you got to have guys that can whip up around the flanks. That's strategy 101. And you can charge into somebody headlong, but you're more than likely going to fail 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, there's the L.
Chris, are you seeing the skyline?
Starting to, yep.
Yeah. We're just gonna pass the big sign that says the Bears on.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Are you guys running down to Kennedy from here? Still?
Yeah. Yeah, we're on 90.
90. What street?
I never know what. Kimball.
Okay. You're
Just
there,
starting
man.
to see the city.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna come around the corner.
Where
Unless
we're
it's
getting
all
off.
fogged in.
Who knows? Pizza
Sorry,
is
guys.
there.
All
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
It's a cool thing to see for the first time, man.
Yeah.
Especially at night when it's all lit up.
Yep.
Like literally looks like Gotham.
Mm.
It
Because
literally
it
was
is
Gotham
Gotham.
at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that pissed me off that they changed it. PJ.
Mm.
You have the most your giggle like
Cheeky.
no, it's like it's what's the word I'm looking for? It makes you giggle. What's that?
Yeah, contagious.
Yeah, contagious giggle. Express lane to Ohio Street. Should I just take that and get nah.
Yeah, we
I
got
thought
another
you were
super
asking
chat in
me
too.
that. I'm like, what the fuck now do I know? I don't even know where the fuck I am.
we got a super chat by Retro saying, signing off, peace for all. Sports isn't important. $2 super chat from Retro. Thank you, Retro. Appreciate you.
Retro. Thank you, Retro.
Cheers, mate.
Did he say sports isn't important?
Yeah, he
Yes,
said
he
Yep.
did.
sports is not important. I don't know what he was thinking, but okay.
But that's all we've got.
Sports is what brings us all together, man.
That's all
Yeah.
we've got. For God's sake,
Jeez,
man.
So,
Look at
so
this
the Bears got a guy from
Yes.
Atlanta, a guy from England, and a guy from Chicago. Well, living in Atlanta, living in England, and living in Chicago, and we were all together tonight because of it. So,
Yeah, and then next week they
That's
got West
unity.
Virginia and Florida.
Oh man, but Cliff, the funny part is too. I know you're saying Justin's new contract's still a year off. We have two franchise tags opportunities with him as well.
Yeah.
So
True.
we could theoretically extend that in 3 years if we wanted to. I don't see them doing that. I think they're gonna, make the decision, but that is an option.
I think they were
Yes.
talking about doing this contract this year because you can spread out the money, the signing bonuses and all that, as opposed to franchise tagging where you got to give them that whole money that year.
But PJ, do you think he's actually earned that sort of contract yet? I know,
Not yet.
the last 2 games have been amazing, but really he's got to do it, throughout the rest of it. He's got to at least pay at a decent level, I think, really, for us to sign him to a big contract. He's got
I
to be
agree.
consistent.
He
He's
has
got to be
not earned it.
consistent.
He has not earned it as of yet. No, he hasn't.
Yeah.
Who are you talking about?
Justin Fields.
Oh,
Well, just quickly, I want to get Retro super chat here, and then I'll go with what my my train of thought. But Retro saying, "Pray for others who don't have the luxury of sports." That's true. Man.
yes. Yes, Retro.
it's true.
But look at the
the
Giants
Willis Tower?
paying
No, it's
Daniel
Sears
Jones.
Tower.
All right, fucking hell, mate. Fucking hell, I don't live around here. How the fuck do I know?
I will never call it the Willis Tower. It's the Sears Tower, damn it.
That's right.
My goodness. God, it was like I pulled one of your pubes out or something. Fucking.
Yeah, that's the Willis Tower. Look at that beautiful.
That is
God, it's
amazing.
beautiful.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's the Sears Tower. Huh?
Yeah, if we go a bit quiet for the next 5 or 10 minutes, it's just me admiring the view because it just looks absolutely amazing. That is crazy. I should be taking pictures of this, shouldn't I? Really?
Yeah, you should. Take
I'm not
some-
really a big, you know what I mean. I don't want to see things through a phone, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There'll be other times, but
we'll be here at night again.
that looks amazing. God, it makes
Retro.
Lincoln look like a little village.
Retro, I want to appreciate you for the super chats, and I agree with you. Others don't have the luxury of sport. We do, and I'm grateful for sport. It does bring people together, and for the conflict going on in the Middle East right now, my thoughts and prayers are with them affected, as well as the people related to them here stateside. Good night, Retro.
Thank
I
you.
knew you saying good night. Also, I wanted to say that.
Thank you, PJ. I did want to bring that up. Thank you.
Yeah, well said, PJ.
Very well said, BJ.
On both sides, man.
Yes. Yes, I was
Yeah.
on both sides. Yes.
Everybody's suffering and nobody's going to win in that situation, unfortunately. I just love all these Chicago Bears adverts, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
These billboards. Wow. Look
Yeah.
at the fucking view.
I'm getting a
Sorry for
kick.
swearing.
No, I'm getting a kick out of watching Chris' reaction to seeing Chicago for the first time. So
It's a bit,
I'm enjoying
honestly,
it, man.
BJ, it's just like, you know, because it's all lit up, it just looks amazing. Yeah, wow, what a city.
Yeah.
Chicago is my kind of town.
That was the most American English accent that I've ever heard you say.
Man.
I almost should just go to like Lakeshore and take it in so you can see it from the.
I didn't take it all in, man.
I knew the Bears were like owned Chicago as like the franchise, but I didn't realize they had this much, you know, advertising everywhere with the Bears on.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hey Foster, how would I'm supposed to get off at Ohio. How would I go to Lakeshore? Just keep going.
Yeah. You're headed. You need to be heading east.
I'm wondering if I should do that because then he'll get the other side view. You know, the lakeside view.
Yeah.
My God, that's a big building.
Just,
the sheet, what's it called? What's that tower called?
I'm just gonna get off here. Screw it.
What's the big tower called?
Oh, this is it. What's the big tower called?
Yeah.
The John Hancock?
Well, it's not called it anymore, actually.
Make a left somewhere, dude. I don't know if you're right next to the highway.
I'm getting off on Ohio.
Okay. Ohio Street.
And you can
East.
smell the cookies, or you can smell the chocolate factory.
Is it gone? No, somebody else bought it.
Wow.
There you go.
So it's like the lake on the other side then, I take it.
Yeah, the lake is on that side.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a beautiful shot, that is.
Pretty cool, huh?
Very cool, mate. Very cool. I might move here. I've only been here for like half an hour. I'm going to move here. Forget England, old England.
You're gonna move to the States and become Foster's brother-in-law, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. She's already tempted me with a baseball cap.
Dude, look at that, dude. This is so cool. All the different color lights and stuff. That's the one they light up.
Chris, Linda's in the chat. She said, "Welcome, Chris."
Cheers and thank you, Lynn, for the hat. Is it Lynn? It's Lynn, isn't it?
Linda.
Linda, sorry. Yeah, thank you, Linda, for the hat. It's much appreciated, and it will be worn proudly when I get back to England.
You know, I'm glad we get a chance to see your first reaction here, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually enjoying watching your reaction to you looking at Chicago. I'm actually enjoying it.
It's crazy, mate. It's like it's everything I thought it was going to be, but bigger. Really,
Wow.
you know what I mean? It feels good though. It don't feel over intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like some cities where you know they feel a bit soulless and a bit scary, but this place don't feel like that to me. I think it's because I've been looking at pictures of it for like years.
Yeah.
You know, watching all them Bears games where you can see the skyline behind it.
Right.
We had to stop at the gas station, and he was saying that it just doesn't feel uncomfortable. It feels like
Comfortable.
Yeah.
Didn't feel that different from home really, but this does feel different from home. Really does.
Yeah.
We don't have anything like this size. London don't have buildings like this. This much of the buildings, this size, really.
Oh, okay.
Mark.
Especially the Willis Tower.
Okay, good night, Mark.
Good night, Mark.
Yeah, Mark.
Catch you later, Mark.
See you later, Mark.
Oh, we somewhere. Oh, we did.
Don't bring me into this equation.
Somewhere I
don't bring me into this equation that you got us lost. I don't know.
Somewhere I don't think we passed Uno's. I was thinking we would.
All right.
I don't think we were on Ohio long enough.
Uh-oh.
Right, cool.
Shorty gonna get your loss out there. Uh-oh.
I'm following a GPS. Can't you hear it dinging?
Yeah,
All the
I'm
time?
always-
Oh, that's
I'm
gonna
always
mess you
so
up,
close.
man.
The GPS is?
I'm joking. It might. It might
I
add.
feel like I'm
more
about
time.
10-year-old. I really do.
Wow.
I feel like a little kid, just sort of completely I don't think I've smiled this long constantly for years. Like my jaws hurting.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Amazing architecture, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, that is one big fucking building. The Willis Tower.
This is pretty cool that we get to do this because we would have normally just been driving back to Woodstock.
Yeah, that would have been right. Yeah.
I got to see him building the Sears Tower at the time. Well, you know,
You'd
as
have been
they,
on it,
were,
wouldn't you?
doing it, because it took a couple years, man.
Yeah, because it's like, is it like about 50 years old, isn't it, the tower? Is it knocking on nearly 50 years old?
70.
Early 70s? Mid 70s?
Yeah, mid 70s, 70.
77?
I know my
Yeah,
shit, man. I
that
know my
sounds about
Chicago
right.
shit.
Well, you know what? So the guy who designed it ended up doing this for structure. Instead of building a building up, he literally was sitting there and he took a bunch of cigarette tubes and made the Sears Tower. It's a bunch of tubes all splined together that go deep down into the earth.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I always thought, like, you know, because it's really on the lakefront, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I always thought, is it not on the lakefront?
Not really on the lakefront, no.
Because I always thought, God, it must really have some, like, wind blowing against it. Because you like, you know, it's such a tall building off the lake.
Oh, it definitely does.
It's the tubes. It's tubes. That's what gives it the rigidity.
Fucking hell, man.
It's like $100 to go up in it now. Ridiculous.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, we're not doing that then.
Man.
It'd be quite funny because we could just go, I'll call it Willis and you can call it Sheer all the way up to the top. It's a fucking Sheer, man.
Let's take the stairs.
Oh, God. After you, mate, on that one. So I want to know, I mean, I know this is nothing to do with Chicago Bears, but as being a local Chicagoan, is that a word? But like, what made Chicago, is it like a big financial center, or what made the city, what made it sort of, you know, develop and grow as it has? What's the main
crookedness?
Reason? Oh, and all the mobsters.
Just crooked, being crooked back to the beginning. I'm serious.
Right.
It was actually traders, man.
Right.
You know, fur traders and stuff.
This
This
is
was the
Lower
frontier
Wacker,
at
where you
one
see
point.
all the time in the movies where they film down here.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Like they filmed the Dark Knight down here and shit.
Yeah. The Wacker. Not
Good
the
night,
wanker.
Brendan.
Yeah.
Be
Not
Foster.
the wanker.
He's taking
Wanker
off.
at first, but then it's the Wacker.
Anytime.
I was
Good
slightly
night,
disappointed.
B. Foster.
Yeah, I
Linda
remember
said,
this
do the
bit.
big bus and the river tour. You'll see great sights for a good price. She just did it. She's got pictures even.
Yeah, and if we all do it together, we get a bunch of people, we get a Groupon and save like $20.
There you go.
Yeah. Some people are trying to do it in the rain, though.
Say what?
Shorty.
Well, it's like the only Saturday we have to do it.
Yeah. Just gotta watch. Hopefully it'll change, man. It always does. Was the car swaying? Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out where to park.
Gotcha.
That goes.
Oh no, Chris looking kind of scared right now.
I'm getting a little bit nervous, PJ. This all seems a little bit
No, I don't-
seedy down here. I'm not too
It
sure
is,
what
man.
why Dan's taking me down here and for what purpose.
See?
You're in
See?
the seedy underbelly of Chicago.
I saw it in your
Yeah,
face, Chris.
This is where I belong, mate, in the seedy bit.
I just don't know where the hotel parking is.
Right. What's the hotel called? Is it the Hyatt?
The Hyatt, yeah.
Go
We
back-
just
go back
we just
down
went
there.
into where it said the Hyatt was.
Guys, you're cracking me up now.
I'm just look at Chris' face. His eyes of delight has now turned to eyes of where am I?
Yeah.
Little fear.
I feel like we're in the wrong side of town somewhere.
Turning around.
It's all right. I'll just tell them that I know the Queen or the King. Usually works. We all know the royal family.
How did I miss it? Well, this is just public parking. I would think it would say Hyatt Regency parking.
I thought there was. I thought there was like a turn out left hand side.
Yeah, whatever you do there, Shorty, don't stop. Just keep going. Just keep the car moving.
Yeah, exactly. South.
BJ.
That goes back up.
Yeah, but I think it's just further down here. I think, mate.
I
And
think
if
it's,
you
yeah.
do come to a stop, man, get out fast and run. Leave your
Yeah.
bag, just run.
I don't know why he's asking me because I'm clue.
Here it is.
That's why he's asking you, because he knows where you're going. You have no idea.
Man.
It's not.
That's valet.
Oh, terrible stuff. Terrible. So, Chris, man, what do you
Yes.
think about the Bears defensive backfield coming up with Cousins being the quarterback, man? Because he's Cousins, man. He's leading the league in what, yards and attempts.
Yeah, I mean it'd be good if we can get some like Jalen Johnson back and like Eddie Jackson and if he's healthy enough to play. But I mean, you got to give the guys who played last week hats off really because they were like third stringers as well and they really sort of kept us in the game. So without Jefferson as well, that's going to deplete their wide receiver group, and that means we'd have to sort of have two men on him all the time. So, they might open up the blue.
Oh my god! I just fucking destroyed my
car.
Yep.
What?
God, I hope I can get out.
What do you do?
You just hit the roof.
What?
Yeah.
What you do,
Now
Shorty?
I have to go back through because I'm stuck at a garage door.
Oh my God!
You did make a nice sound.
Get out, lower. Get out and let some air out of your tires, man. Shit. This is insane.
Is that going to stay up there, Dan? This is all getting a little bit weird and a little bit crazy, fellas.
Man.
It really made a crunching sound as well. The roof really hit the ceiling. So I hope his car ain't too bad.
Oh.
It's you Americans driving these big ass cars. We don't have the problem over in England. It is little compacts.
Yep. Oh, what I miss?
Shorty had some type of accident here. No, seriously.
What about the car,
Really?
man? How about the
I
car?
just fucking destroyed my roof, man.
Is it bad?
Wait, what happened?
Yeah. It's bad. I have a cap on the back of my truck too, so that's destroyed.
What did you run into? Or through?
ceiling.
Or
we were trying to find somewhere to park, and the ceiling got a bit low, and it's completely scraped down Dan's car on the roof.
Oh, you're in the garage.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh no.
What the fuck was
I also have like the satellite thing on the roof, you know.
Oh,
Not anymore.
no.
that? What the fuck?
I think the correct word is had.
Well done. You have
Yeah,
seen
no.
that, Barry, haven't you?
I gotta undo that.
Oh my goodness.
What a downer, man.
If you want to sue the parking garage, you know, you got it on YouTube live. So
Yeah, sure.
I don't even know how they can fix my roof, man.
well, you always wanted a convertible, right?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's too much. I'm sorry.
Well, that's another part. I have a fucking sunroof, dude. So I haven't even assessed that yet.
I guess the moonroof now.
It's terrible.
So much material to work with there.
It was just too much. I can't believe I can't even open my mouth. That is just terrible.
How bad is it?
It's not good.
Like foot.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I don't even know where the fuck I'm going now. Oh. Oh my god.
Dang, retro came back too.
Yeah.
And you got everybody in suspense over here, Shorty.
Oh yeah, my roof is totally fucked.
Oh,
I
man.
don't even know how you can fix something like that. I'm gonna ask these guys.
I hope you don't blame all this on the English person.
You Brits can't take you anywhere.
Man,
I know. I'm causing damage already, and I've only been in the city for about 2 hours.
Jordy's gonna get you carjacked.
hey, keep looking out your window there, Chris. Make sure nobody coming up on you.
Well, we're in like the front of the hotel, so it feels a bit safer here. But
Well,
yeah, it made a really horrible sound when it crunched the ceiling.
yeah. Well, I mean, you are in the Millionaire Mile, so you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about people coming up and just ripping you out of your car.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, he has
I'm
a.
still looking at all the buildings. I'm still looking at all the buildings, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Amazing.
Foster, is it a Wrangler? He has a Wrangler, right?
No, he's got
Is it lifted? That's basically what Zach.
yeah, he's got the 4-door pickup, man.
Ooh.
What is it? The
Yeah.
F
Man, always something.
they cost.
Hmm?
They cost a lot of money.
We'll be starting another GoFundMe here shortly.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
see what my
Definitely.
sister wrote? Anybody?
Oh, what she say?
It's only drug dealers or hookers. You'll be fine.
Well, Dad Akwai keeps going about getting me laid, so God knows what he's on about or what he's on about doing. I'm not going down that street. I'm telling you, no chance. Not a chance.
Oh, motherfucker. Fucker, man. I was talking to the guy. He's like, yeah, no, you don't want to go up. You were in the wrong.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
still
so-
laughing at my sister's comment. Sorry.
Shorty,
I gotta-
Cliff wanted me to tell you to call your insurance company right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'd do.
Yeah, I will be doing that. Thank you, Cliff.
Yeah.
I gotta go, guys, because they're gonna valet it from here,
Cool.
and then I don't know. We're gonna go to Billy Goats. We'll try to like hop back on then if we can, maybe. If you guys are still doing it.
Get your insurance call in, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, get your stuff in order.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
I can stay here all night, man.
You guys, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you maybe soon, maybe not.
Okay, man.
All right, man.
Take care of yourself.
So sorry,
Cool.
Dan.
Hey, be safe, man.
Hey, at least all that was on camera, huh?
That's a good point, yeah.
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 And I could be a witness.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Cliff wanted to
Take
see
care,
the roof,
fellas.
by the way. He was the only one.
Oh,
Throw him right under the bus.
here, I can show you my roof.
Uh-oh.
Man, so sorry, man. I can't see it. Hard to see because the color.
Yeah.
Pull the camera back a little.
Yeah. Yeah. I can kind of see it.
All right, guys. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
Get the check,
All right.
seal it, and rub.
Bye-bye.
Get the check,
See you,
seal it, and
fellas.
rubber, and drive it 30 years. Sorry. Go.
Later.
Later,
Go.
man.
Go do your shit. Do what you got to do, brother.
Man, I miss all the good stuff.
Yeah, at least you can go back and catch it as it happened, dude. It was terrible. I couldn't even speak.
Accidents are the worst.
Oh man.
Okay.
What were
Wow.
we talking about, Walt or PJ?
We were talking about
Backfield.
Justin Fields and whether or not to trade the pick if we get the number one. I think we moved on for that. To answer Cliff real quick, do I have any advice? Of course, take pictures. And
Okay, the insurance company.
I guess the other part of advice I got, I can't put over the air, so I'll leave it like that. Take pictures. Because I don't know if he went to the right entrance or not. So if he went to the wrong entrance,
SOL.
yeah.
My sister Linda. Again. Blame it on the valet. She should have blamed it on. Give him the keys and blame it on the valet.
Oh, man.
I gotta throw it up for it. Had to do it, Walt.
That's fun.
Uh,
So we're talking about trading the pick, Fields. I mean, you know, talking about Fields, it's like almost like people forgot how bad our passing game was those first 2 weeks of last year. I mean, minus the Kansas City game this year, which was just a train wreck all around.
Yeah.
I mean, his numbers weren't that bad in Green Bay, and
Agreed.
come on, they could have won that Tampa Bay game or at least tied it. I
yeah,
mean, they were in that game the whole way. And then the Denver thing.
Well, you know, I don't want to be.
It's the steps that they got to take. It's going to be the growing pains. And we kind of knew this, but we just thought it would be quicker than later.
You know, my thing is not to beat that dead horse about that preseason, but I think
Beat the dead horse.
I think we're finally catching up, though. I will say that. I think we're finally catching up. I think we're catching up. So go ahead with the super chat there.
Wait, Peach. it took 3.5 games for them to catch up. The preseason.
Mhm.
Remember I said the first 2 don't count because they're still preseason? Well, it took them longer.
Yeah.
And hopefully they progress. Do the super chat, Walt.
All right, so we got Retro here, another $2 saying, went to the back door, should have been the front.
Retro, I thought you was going to bed, man. What happened?
He couldn't help it, man.
Just couldn't stay away.
Man.
Hey, Retro, are you in bed eating something? A couple other people were doing that before, like earlier in the year, man.
You know, I have to play devil's advocate with you there, PJ, in the preseason. And, you know, I can only just point to Tevin Jenkins. The guy's missed over a month to play, and he just went right back in. No, I mean, he played a couple preseason snaps, sure, but missed a lot of time. And it's like he never left.
No, when I'm saying preseason, I mean the continuity between
I know.
them playing all together. And that's what I'm saying. Seeing like, due to the preseason, injury, all these factors, we didn't have our guys playing together to where when the season started, it seemed like that was the first time they all actually played. So we was flat against Green Bay. Then we wasn't really ready against Tampa Bay. And then, well, that train wreck was just Kansas City. They just gave us a train wreck. Now I'm starting to seem like where they are now is like game 2 or game 3 of what the regular season should have been for them, where they had some type of continuity going.
Mm-hmm.
I got you, Walt. I got you because I know what you mean, man. With
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying we've seen it from both angles now. Yeah, you can make your argument, sure, and it's a valid one. But then again, you also have these anomalies.
Oh yeah, you have those. Yes, I agree. But because this is only Fields' second year in the offense, and you got DJ's first year, you had basically Claypool's first year. You got these new linemen coming there. You got all these pieces that's kind of new. Whereas certain teams, been in the system a while, players been in the system a while, they can probably go without those preseason games. Whereas it seemed like we needed it in order to develop who we are as an identity.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think the big change too, offensively speaking, is we're not trying to pigeonhole Justin Fields anymore. We're actually playing to what this kid can do.
Well,
and it's not.
Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it's not your traditional turret pocket passer. And he never was going to be that. He wasn't that in college.
Right.
And it's just not the way the game is.
But the last 2 games seem like he's been more on time with his passes. He dropped back as soon as he hit that back foot. He may do one hitch, but he's releasing that ball. I mean, whereas those first 2 games, he's hitching, trying to figure out where to run to, and they like closing off his exit points. It was like just all messed up. That's why I'm seeing more rhythm, more flow. It's like, okay, he's looking, and as soon as he hit that drag back foot, no more than one hitch, and he's throwing the ball.
Yeah, no, you could definitely see there's been improvement in that way. Yes, I think Fields said it well during the infamous coaching interview that sometimes there's just too many voices. I mean, Justin's a smart guy.
Yeah.
And I've seen it personally in other situations where if you have 6 people talking in your ear how to do one thing, you question yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's all that happens. He's got Getzy in one ear saying you should do this. His natural ability is telling him to do this. You got the media saying, why don't you do this? You have the idiotic fans saying that you suck.
Yeah. And I wonder if the quarterback coach and Getzy are saying the same message to Justin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it could be that too. It could be, Getzy and the quarterback coach coming in with the same thing over, and it's just conflicting that way. But
Right.
whatever happened between the Kansas City game and then
the Denver game,
the Denver game. Maybe we lost the Denver game, but that really wasn't on Justin Fields, no matter what anyone says.
Right.
You had the ability to win. Your defense, pissed the bed.
Yeah.
Even with the fumble.
What do you guys think about this? What do you think? Well, the obvious is Eberflus decided to blitz more, but what made you what do you guys think made Eberflus blitz more? I mean, because he's been a defensive coordinator for a long time, so he's never really been known for that. What do you think made him do it this time?
What do you think, Foster?
He had to take steps, man. So and plus, I think he's seen the development of a couple of guys, and it's Dexter and Pickens. Pickens kind of leveled off, but we're seeing Gervon take some steps forward. I think
He's coming. He's coming.
Yeah, he's and if they give him some more opportunities, because he can play either tackle position, man. He can play either one of those. He's shown that. Just watch the film watch the all 22 on the Commanders game, dude. You'll see it. You'll see it. He's capable of doing this. He's just got to have he's got to get a little more streetwise and stuff. There was a play where he was going to get the sack almost, but he was never going to get the sack because it was a screen play. And when he can start seeing a little better, because he's seeing things better than he was earlier in the season. This is definitely, if you go back and you watch the progression on the tape, so yeah, he's just going to adapt to that. And then we're seeing a little bit more from DeMarcus, and Ngakoue was he's doing a job. He's not just rushing the passer; he's got a job to do in the system. So it's not going to be quite what we desire, and maybe they'll be able to change that a little bit too, as these guys progress and get better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to have to,
And I want to throw this in before I forget, because we're talking about Fields prior to this, is his release time to get the ball. Everything was between like 2.1 and 2.7 seconds. So the line was giving him the protection needed against that fierce Washington line. They have the capability of being a top 10 line, even with Whitehair as center, if he can straighten out a snapping issue. Because we've seen him make mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes. There's going to be issues. And then Walt, Tevin, just his presence, his attitude towards the game can help elevate the line that's got some continuity. Because Borum's been in there bouncing back and forth through the preseason and everything, even before, and he's just stuck playing, and he's doing an okay job of it.
I agree. Borum has done okay. I agree.
So, and then I'm becoming a fan of Edwards and
TJ.
Yeah, he's second in the league in tackles right now.
Yeah,
or at least last time.
That was a good sign, definitely.
Like I was saying, I was going to echo Herbert here when he's talking about Flus is actually running the D versus Alan Williams, and I think we're going to see more of it this week. That Flus is pulling his defense out of the swamp that was Alan Williams. Williams was just bad from the get-go. It wasn't like he showed any promise. It was soft zones. It was lackadaisical tackling. Whatever he was doing and training into these guys, it stuck, and it was something you don't want to stick. So now it's going to take a couple of weeks for them to unlearn those bad habits. And we're starting to see that now. And and also too, he was playing for his job last week. I think if he didn't show anything to the fans, you got to give us something. They were going to come with, they're coming with a rope. So
that's how I started. You got to do something. You remember, you got to do something, man. He had to do something.
Well, you absolutely have to.
And to answer Mo Bierman, yes, I am excited with 4 wins out of 22 because this is my team. I'm never not going to be excited. I'll be critical.
Yeah,
that's different though.
Yeah,
I would never not be excited, even when we were losing. I didn't lose my smile, so to speak. I did bring things up that we could fix this. We need to do this better. But my overall attitude to the team was, I'm still with these guys 100%.
Let me answer that question as well. I would say I'm excited for the fact that our offense 2 weeks in a row produced a quarterback throwing 4 touchdowns in a game 2 weeks in a row. I don't think that has ever happened. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't ever remembering it happening. So that's something to be excited about. Yes, we do have a long ways to go in our defense and even things with our offense because we need to find another weapon because they're going to start, like I said, taking away DJ, and Mooney's still not quite back yet. So we need a third receiver. But yes, I am excited. I'm excited for what it can become. Like I told you guys, I'm going to always go with the Bears every week. I even had the Bears winning against Kansas City. I'm a true homer. I really am. I mean, I know that, Kansas City is a great team, but I just believe in us and the possibility of us being able to be better.
Mm-hmm. Well said. What do you think, Foster?
Oh, I forgot where we started. I had a couple things I wanted to say too, and I got caught up in what Pete was saying, dude.
What do you want to say? Let's jump right in then.
Nah, no biggie.
No, go ahead. We were pretty near the end of that anyway, so. Come on, the masses want to know.
Dude, I don't know. I did too, Pete. I have them winning every game too, even when I think they're going to lose, it's still in my mind. Yeah, we can pull. Whatever. The insanity of being a Bears fan, man. It's what connects us. We're Bears fans, man. All these guys in the chat too. Mo Bierman, Cliff, Bear. Everybody else that was here earlier, dude.
Yeah. I think to Cliff's point where he says he's hoping it's Justin's breakout. The key to those other players having those breakouts, if I remember correctly, they get the new free agent wide receiver come in, being what's his name in Buffalo?
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, Diggs, and then Brown in Philadelphia. The key though is having another receiver on the other end that can pick up the slack when the defense start trying to take that guy away from you. And that's why I was kind of disappointed in Mooney for turning around and trying to catch the ball instead of running through him, because if he would have caught those 2 touchdowns, because I thought it could have been 2 touchdowns. He catch those 2 touchdowns, defenses are now really guessing like, who do we take away? DJ or Mooney? How are we going to do this? And right now, they don't have that really worry, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because with the Claypool trade, Poles went and told Mooney. I'm not saying he literally went and told him, but in his actions that, hey, I'm picking you as my guy to be the number 2, and he didn't show up.
He didn't.
Poles was knocking at the door, and he got stuck in the bathroom pretty much.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, you're absolutely right, because he had a good opportunity. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. The offense for the first couple of weeks was bad, but certain, like Komet said, sometimes you just gotta suck it up, man, and see where it's going. You just can't give up after 2 games. I mean, you just can't be like, I mean, I don't know what his mindset was, but it's appeared like he was really disgusted with not getting the touches or whatever. And it's like, dude, you're halfway blocking in the first game and you seem like you're quitting on your routes. Dude, be a professional. You're trying to get this big contract. What are you doing?
Hey, I was a Claypool backer too, man. I thought that was a good trade. I was wrong.
Yeah, he has a rare type, that rare body type. 6'4", 230 something, running a 4.3.
That was the other thing I said this too on a show, man. Why don't we make him a tight end? But he wasn't going to do that. They're talking now Florida with that shit. I mean, they're trying to do that in Miami. I don't know, because it's.
Yeah.
But the problem's here, so you can't.
Yeah.
If there's no willingness, you can't. He's got to be honest and open and willing with this with life, and then, make the adjustments, man. Whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make excuses for Claypool.
I was wrong.
Poles talked a big game. He came in there saying we're going to take the North back and we're never going to give it away and all this stuff. And I'm sure the conversation was brought up when bringing Claypool in last season, that you are going to be a big part of this offense, this, that. We're making all these promises and we're failing to deliver. Now, that in and of itself is frustrating to people. Claypool is just one of those, you know, has one of those personas where he's just very fiery. He's very, I mean, I wouldn't say it's just a competitive nature because it's not. It's more than just that. But you see, like, even guys, even when you play, any other sport, there's always that one guy that's like, yeah, I'm losing. This sucks, and he wears his emotions on his sleeve, good or bad, right or wrong. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, everything he said in the interview wasn't wrong. At that point in time, the whole team was terrible, and
Well,
I'm not going to fault him for saying that.
let me get into that a little bit.
Opinion. He's honest opinion. Huh?
I had no problem with what Claypool said.
Mhm.
I thought if they're going to allow a reporter to ask him that question, be prepared for him to answer it honestly. Now, if he really feels like, and I don't think none of us believe that he was being used to his full potential. So for him to say that, and then for it to now snowball after that, because again, I believe something else happened after that interview that caused him to have to not play that game. I think he had a conversation with the coaches and it probably got escalated based on what Justin Fields said in the interview, saying that Claypool got to do a better job of controlling his emotions. So I think something else happened. But that mere question, I mean, if he would have lied, what would people have said? Oh, he's just a liar, and oh, we can't trust him because he's a liar. He tells the truth. And he actually paused before telling the truth. He says, no. And there went. The question was, do you think you're being used properly in this offense? No. So I'm like, he wasn't trying to throw anybody under the bus. It was a direct question. He answered it. So if he would have lied, then what?
Yeah. I mean, there's more to that quote too. It doesn't just end there. And he ends his statement saying, I'm not going to tell them what to do. That's their job to tell me what to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So for people, I mean, and I'm not saying people in the chat here. I'm just, when I hear the overall narrative, them talking negatively about him answering that question, and I even heard other reporters talking about, well, there are ways to get around that question. I'm like, so now you're actually telling us that you want players to go around and avoid the question, as opposed to when I hear, because I heard this same reporter say, oh, I just wish Flus would just be honest with us and just tell us directly X, Y, and Z. But now you're saying, oh, there was ways to get around, or not just putting your teammates under or your team under the bus by answering that way. I'm like, which way you want it? So he was in a no-win situation, basically.
Yeah.
Mr. Mayhem 69 said no comment.
Yeah, but
just said no comment.
You could say no comment. Eventually, you got to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the truth for him, so he had to say it, man.
Like everyone's been saying, there's probably something else going on we're never going to know about
Sure.
until years down the road, some tell-all book or an article comes out.
Yeah.
And we're like, hey, remember that guy?
Yeah.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't like that narrative with them harping on him for answering it truthfully. Because again, if he lied, they would have jumped all over him for that. Or he's being evasive with his answers and all this. Well, he's not really just answering the question.
Didn't Fields answer his question truthfully the week before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if he goes out and he balls out in Miami, great. Gets his contract wherever it is.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's going to fall. Yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's going to fall down to the coaching staff being like, "What couldn't you do to get this to work that somebody else could?"
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is going to be a third crack at a new position, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
And Cliff Victoria is correct. Flus needed a scapegoat. I mean, they was looking for a scapegoat with Claypool. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I told you, I was not impressed with his effort the first week. So yeah, I thought he was lacking. I think, he wasn't always there, but in the same token, he also was not being used. I think it was a combination of the two. So I'm not putting it all on the coaches, and I'm not putting it all on Claypool. I think it's a combination.
Yeah, I mean, he could just take a page out of Ellis Jones' book. I mean, the guy isn't even getting kicks to return. He's not being used on the offense period. People are telling him he's terrible. He's an old man, but he's out there playing with DJ Moore's kid, having a good time, and it's just different people's mentality.
Well, Valus Jones is what, 25, 26 years old?
Yeah, he's around 25, 26. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still not old in the grand scheme of things. You're only 25, 26. That's
I mean,
still young.
he's old in
He's old in football terms. If you want to, split
in
hairs.
reference to him, his years in the NFL. He's old.
Mhm.
I mean, he's only been what, 1.5 years, 1 year and 5 games. And
How many snaps does he have in college? Would be my first question.
Huh?
Not sure.
So my first question would be, how many snaps does he have in college? That'd be my first question.
Well, the thing is, I mean, because of his age, the point I'm making is his maturity. So how he's handling it is like, okay, he's not 22, 23 years old. He's a little bit older. He has a kid, I believe. So he has life issues. Yeah. Whereas, it's not just, hey, I'm fresh out of college and no worries in the world. And he has life issues that he's got to be concerned with, providing for his family. Not saying that the other people don't, but when you got a kid, it really cranks it up a notch. Because you're like, man, this kid really is dependent on me. So I got to do something. So I got to do what I got to do to provide for my family.
Yeah. Speaking of Valus, see, when he was talking about using Scott and whoever, I think the other thing too is they've only got him. He's probably not going through all his progressions before he hits his check down, man, because the time that's going on. So that's why the third guy is not as important. But Mooney's got to come on. That's why I mentioned earlier, way long time ago, about Mooney and Foreman being important this week to keep that offense rolling so we can hit DJ more on each foot. Everything else has got to work. The Mets got to work again too. Pass it to Italian again. Whatever they got, run the 12 man.
100%. I agree with you. I think with the way our line protected last game, if they can do that again this year, I mean this week, and they then take away
the rest of the year.
If they so happen to take away DJ, he should be able to find Mooney, Tyler. He should be able to find these secondary guys, given that extra time. So that's why I say I feel good about this game, and that's in that sense, because that line, they look really good. They really did look good.
You might even see Valus. When was the last time he was out on a pass play in the preseason, right?
Right, and he did pretty decent in the preseason in certain passes, right?
Mm-hmm. He caught that big one in the Indianapolis practice too.
Yeah,
I know, Foster, you had the video of that.
Yeah.
So
that's what I'm saying. So
that might even be what I'm thinking of, but I'm just saying he's had time to maybe learn this offense a little better. Maybe he had to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Time's going to show on this, but it wouldn't surprise me because right now if he's going through the first 2 progressions and then hitting his check down, or he's running, because that's where they're at. In that 2.1 before you had 3 seconds, because a bunch of those good passes were like 2.7, 2.8. So he had some good time there to he was hitting the 3 second range, or he'd take off, whatever. You go back and you look, you'll see it. That offensive line is can be solid, man. Especially if Tevin's in there weekly playing the majority of the snaps at left tackle.
But 2 of those touchdown passes to DJ, if Fields didn't have the trust, and that's right. I don't know if he trusts his other receivers like that, but the trust he have in DJ, 2 of those, that last touchdown pass and that one in the end zone where DJ was not open, but that he was able to catch that touchdown pass and the defender was right there. I'm like, that takes trust. And if Fields trust DJ like that, so he can make that pass. So now if he can trust his other receivers like that, those things where we say, oh, this guy wasn't open, if he can make passes like that, then he ain't got to be all that open.
The one where it touched the dude's glove, that last one.
Man, I'm telling you, man, that took some trust.
Oh, that should have been picked, or at least batted. I would have thought.
Yeah. No,
Mo
definitely.
says he won't be covered like he was last week for the rest of the season. DJ.
I'm
I mean,
telling you.
the one thing about Velas too is most people forget he took advantage of the extra COVID season, and then he also was in a master's program, so he had
Yeah.
2 years graduate eligibility too.
Mhm.
So I mean, he's thinking more long term in terms of
Absolutely.
outside of football.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. He has a different sort of maturity that Chase may not have. I mean, and that's the point that's the only
Yeah.
point I'm trying to make. He
Oh
may
yeah.
have a different type of maturity.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that, we lucked out to the fact that DJ Moore is DJ Moore last week and was, spot on.
Right.
But if the situation wasn't the case, I would have hoped Lucchesi would offer a third option because option 2 isn't working. So
Yeah.
we lucked out last game having DJ Moore just on point.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can't go into the game expecting that to happen every week because it's not gonna. So we have to develop some sort of, either if it's a platoon between Tyler Scott and Velus Jones, where you're playing one guy here the next time, so you're
Mhm.
mixing things up. I mean, I think they should bring in Velus Jones to pass plus, because right now every team sees him on the field, they think, well, here comes a jet sweep, here comes an end around run.
Right.
They're not going to see that pass coming.
Exactly. And to Cliff's point again, yeah, Belichick would take DJ away. And I think teams will start doing that. Seeing the success that he has with Field and the connection he has with Fields, you will see teams start taking him away. And the key is the other guy stepping up. And I'm hoping in this mini bye week that Fields and Mooney got some reps in and, hey, this is what I need you to do in this play and things of that sort.
Mm-hmm. I do want to address Mo Bierman's comment here. He was talking about the couple of inches being pick six. That is true, but if Patrick Mahomes made that same pass, he would break the internet with it. There wouldn't be, oh, well, it could have been a pick six. Well, guess what? It wasn't. So it doesn't matter.
And it wasn't. But he's right. I mean,
Yeah. I was saying, I mean, it took a lot of trust.
Yeah.
It did. And hey, my hat's off to him because he was able to make it. And yeah, you're all right. I mean,
both of them guys had to make that play to make it work.
Yeah. I mean, you want your quarterback to throw with anticipation and trust in his receivers, and he's showing you that, and you're still spitting in his face. I mean, not just people here. I'm not saying that, but just Bears fans in general.
Yeah, right.
And that's one thing that just irks me. And I can't take it. It's like, what do you want this kid to do?
Yeah.
Well, the chat's talking about how they load up the box all the time, so they'll either have to throw quick. There we go. Hair Bear said it. Minnesota. And Air Bear said Minnesota loads the box all the time in blitzes, so DJ will likely be one-on-one, and they'll dare Justin Fields to beat the blitz. Is that what you're talking about too, Pete?
I think they can do that too, but normally when you blitz, depending on what type of blitz, sometimes you do a blitz where you have one extra guy, and that one extra guy will probably double DJ. But that's what I'm saying. Part of the problem we had in the first 2 weeks, if I remember correctly, when those teams was blitzing us, nobody had the hot read. Because if my man, the man's guarding me, he blitzes, I make a couple of steps and I turn looking for the ball. That wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's fixed now, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm just excited for it, man. I'm excited to see what happens. I really am. I'm really excited to see what happens.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah, better late than never, Cody. We'll be here all night.
I want to go back too, though. But if Minnesota does that, then he's got to make the quick read or hit his check down. Or this is what I was talking about earlier in the season when I said you might be shocked with the yards he runs for. If they give him a lane, which they're not gonna, but if he makes a lane or finds a way, he'll take off for 60 yards again.
If they're man to man.
If they're gonna force this to where
there's nobody to throw to, not even his check down, and everybody's coming at him, and there's a shot where there's, he's going to take that advantage. That's why I said the yards he could end up running for could be more than we anticipate.
Yeah.
So we'll just remember I said that. I said that at the beginning of the season too. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible.
Let's go back. Go ahead, Walt.
Or
I just wanted to
DJ,
ask-
he's going to hit DJ, and DJ's going to take the ball away, and then they're going to have to stop covering him one-on-one.
Foster, did you watch the game on Prime or did you watch it like after on like YouTube or something like that?
No, I watched it. I missed some of the beginning. I had to go back and watch it. I watched it over the air live.
Okay.
Laying on that couch in the other room. I couldn't talk. I couldn't get up, man. I fucking didn't even get up to go to the job. It was a terrible 4 days, dude. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no. The only reason I ask is because I know Amazon put up a really great graphic of pre 4 second and after 4 second, time in the
Right.
pocket for Fields,
Right.
and that was really telling. A lot of quick throws, and he was much better on his quick throws than
Yep.
where he's running around trying to find God knows what.
Trying to be Patrick.
So I don't see, even if
You don't have the diaper.
even if Minnesota brings pressure every single play, I think he'll be okay. He's composed. He looks good. He looks good in the pocket. Even when the pocket's collapsing, he's still smooth in his motions. He's not really stiff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see an issue on it. What I go back to is the run game, as long as they can maintain that, and then forgot what else I had said earlier, man. Remember, there's 2 points that I wanted to make at the beginning. It's the run game maintaining its points and everything else too, like I mentioned. Being able to go to the net. It all works. It all works hand in hand, man.
Yeah.
So, and I would like to see too if they're going to do some rotation with Scott. See what these guys can do. I don't even know who else we got. I forgot. Haven't looked at stuff.
No, you're right about the run game. I mean, look at the Jacksonville Bills game. Josh Allen threw for 359 yards, but his run game was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
On the other side of the coin, Trevor Lawrence had a running back with 125 yards. Better balance.
Yeah.
That's what I've been talking about with Getsy all year. He's got to be able to balance. He can't tunnel vision on one thing, whether it's running the ball or passing the ball. You just can't do that. It doesn't work.
Yeah, we had a nice game plan going in. We had a nice balance in that up until Herbert got hurt. Even on the play that Herbert got hurt, though, that could have been a touchdown there. Fields threw a bad pass on that one. Let me just be clear on that. I mean, as much as I love Fields, it was a bad pass. If he would have led Herbert on that one, that's a touchdown. There was nobody on that side of the field. It's like our offense, man, I'm telling you, it's looking like something I haven't seen in a Bears uniform in a while. Even in the second half where it kind of conquered out. Kind of bogged down a little bit. He still had a few plays where if he would have hit, it's like, man, this offense is really clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Got to connect with Mooney more though too.
Definitely Foster, yeah.
That was the other point, the big one besides the running game.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Foster. What'd you say?
I said Mooney and the running game are just to keep them consistent. Because look at the game last week and look at the game the week before. He had an okay game that helped set things up in that game, man, when they were getting the ball to move.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure on the concussion protocol, Cliff. I don't know if they missed their window to bring him in for this week, but I do want to bring up the actual hit itself in the Washington game. I'm actually really surprised that there was no flag on that play at all, because it was a helmet-on-helmet hit, and there was no, gray area. There's no doubt about it. And the way he hit Roschon, he spun him around. So this guy's coming in with a full head of steam, and his momentum's going to be a lot more than what Roschon's doing. So, you called unnecessary roughness on Jack Sanborn the week prior for less. So I think there was a missed opportunity with the officials, and it's something the NFL has to look at. These officials are too. It's almost like they're biased towards certain things. You see that across the entire NFL. There's one team where, people talking about Kansas City. That's a very, that's a hot button. game after game after game, there's one call that screws everything up. I mean, maybe it's time that they do away with human refs, bring in the robots. I don't know, but officiating across the NFL has to change.
Yeah, I mean, I actually don't remember seeing the play. I don't know if I was like not paying attention or I saw it and didn't recognize it, but I don't remember the play of him getting when he got his concussion. I don't remember it.
It was loud on TV. I can only imagine how loud it was in the stadium.
Okay, I definitely didn't see it then. I must have stepped out the room or something.
Yeah, but Cliff, he did put his head down, but the other guy was already coming in like a torpedo, straight first. He was coming in head first. And I'm not going to blame the running back for putting his head down and trying to kind of truck through, but it's also on the defender not to go helmet first into a guy. You don't have to. You can move your head up. Your neck works like this.
I want to address what Bear Truth 9 is saying about the offense here, where it says the first one, the one before that one. Yeah, my issue is we haven't created any identity yet. Feels like we get some play practice and run them. I still feel that nothing's getting expanded on. I think Getsy is still trying to find his rhythm. To be fair, I think he is trying to find his rhythm on how he wanted to handle things, and the fact that we now have 3 running backs out this week, and I don't know how well we're going to get that back. But in the midst of figuring it out, having a quarterback throwing 4 TDs a game is impressive, and I'll take. And I'm not satisfied. I want us to expand upon it. Yes, I do want us to expand upon it. But the alternative is what we did in Kansas City game, putting up 10 points while we're still trying to figure something out. So I agree. We still need to figure some things out, but I'm encouraged by I've been seeing a lot more receivers wide open, or open. I shouldn't say wide open, but open, that I didn't see in weeks 1 and 2.
Yeah. No, I think we're definitely transitioning to some form of identity. I don't know what it is yet. That still isn't figured out. That's true. But we're going from this, we're going to run some more, and then maybe throw a pass here when our back's against the wall. But now, we're kind of doing a combined arms attack.
Yes.
That's how I look at it, and we just have to keep building on that. Every week you got to build on it a little more.
Exactly.
Everyone talks scheme, that, and the next thing. The beautiful thing about the scheme is you can follow like the Shanahan offense, the air raid offense, the West Coast offense, whatever you want to call it. But you can make it your own. That's the sign of a good offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, head coach, is taking a base set and tweaking it to the needs of his players.
Correct.
In any sport.
Yeah.
Not just football.
Yeah. Agree with what Hair Bear is saying. 11 guys that you need to accommodate, within their strengths and skill sets. I totally agree. Totally agree with that. It's like, we fed. I mean, I want to see more people getting involved, because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I think DJ was the only receiver to actually catch a pass last week.
I think so.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. We do need to improve. And I think the thing that we're doing though is, as you just said, normally we can predict run, pass. I was sitting here watching the game, guessing what they were trying to guess what they was going to do. Are we going to run it here? We're going to pass here? I didn't know. And that's what you want to do. Be able to do is keep a defense guessing. What did they already do? They're going to run it or they're going to pass it. That's where you want a defense. You want a defense in that mindset. Not knowing
I don't know if you guys want, I got some injury news here on Roshan too. So there, Johnson entered concussion protocol after he was removed from the past Thursday's game. Doesn't appear to have taken a notable step forward in his recovery from the brain injury just under a week later, with consecutive absence at practice to begin week 6 prep. Johnson will likely need to mix into drills into some capacity Friday, in addition to gaining clearance from an independent neurologist to have any chance of playing Sunday against the Vikings. Khalil Herbert, ankle, Travis Homer, hamstring, also have been spectated for the Bears' first 2 week 6 practices and appear to be trending towards absences Sunday, which likely leaves Deonta Foreman on track to headline the backfield against the Vikings. That's today.
Yeah.
That's like an hour ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew Khalil Herbert wasn't going to be in this game.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's be honest. I mean, he looked good on the sidelines when he came back, and he collapsed pretty much on that final play he was on. Like it was done. You should have just parked him on the bench. Said, "Hey, man, you did great. Don't stress yourself out. We got this game."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think they did a little more harm than good there, bringing him back in. I mean, this is all in hindsight, of course, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, concussions are weird business in the NFL. You're going to have,
Well,
I mean, especially now when they're turning towards player safety as more of a forefront kind of thing. So you're going to have to really. I mean, it's good they're having to go to an independent neurologist
Mm-hmm.
first, and then we'll figure it out. But they're going to err on the side of caution,
Well, yeah,
which I'm fine with.
yeah. I mean, because player safety is first and should be first and foremost.
Yep. Yeah, Herbert got it down there. Foreman, Evans, and Burns. Those would be the backs for
That's kind of with a backfield like that, though. If able, I think I'm trying to pass the ball more times than run the ball, depending on how well Foreman does.
Yeah, I want to see where he's at, because in the preseason, there was a couple games where he took the wrong lane, man.
But he also looked good too, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
and I'm just going on. I'm going on what I see and why he's the one that's off the field.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about the only thing I could come up with him to the negative was his choice of lane a couple times, and then I think he had one block that he missed, and that's it for like everything. So there's a reason they went out and got the guy 917 yards or something like that last year after Christensen left. So that's, what did he play? 10 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, he started like 10 games. He was just shy of 1,000 yards.
Right.
Like
So I mean, and you're on a team that had I think he played with 2 different quarterbacks. You just got to take it all into consideration. So.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree. I
believe the potential's there, man, because he's different than Herbert is. He's different than Roschon. So
he's a different type of runner.
He is. I mean, absolutely.
But I will say that Montgomery looked good Sunday, though. I just want to put that out there. He did look good Sunday.
Montgomery wasn't bad. I'm not going to take away he didn't have a good game, but I mean, a lot of those touchdowns, you're within 3-4 yards of the end zone. And I'd hope a running back with that kind of offensive line in front of him would punch it in.
That's what we're going to be saying about the Bears in a couple of years. That offensive line we got.
I mean, now that you got Tevin Jenkins on the left, Nate Davis on the right, I mean, your center is still, I wouldn't say worrisome.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's any option you have.
It'll be the weak point of the line, but it's not terrible. Did you guys happen to see any of Jay Leno Jr. on that? I mean, Jay Leno Jr.
Charles Leno.
Did you happen to see any of Leno's stuff? Because I happened to watch a bunch, kind of just watching our defense, and my eye kept going to how bad he was, man. I just don't see it.
I stopped watching Leno when he got Fitzpatrick killed.
Man.
He missed that block and kind of just plowed over Fitzpatrick, broke his leg, and that was it.
Yeah.
Terrible.
To your point earlier, Foster, that's why I said with Borum, I like what Borum has been doing. I ain't saying starting, but as a backup,
be a swing tackle and get you through a game, man.
Exactly.
Spot start, and you still got to relieve them, but So,
I agree.
There's value there.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is not a guy you want to just toss at this point.
Yeah, he's not going to start, but
No. He's going to give you average or better fill-in. I'm reading every word you guys have written in the chat, and I haven't said anything, man, because it goes back like 10 minutes where they're talking about my age or like 900 years old or Hairbear. I'm laughing my ass at him. Where's the cigars in the basement? I've read everything, guys. So
You're like I'm on St. Brown making a list, right?
Man,
yeah.
I'm just saying.
I had to just get that out because I've been reading this for, like I said, 10 minutes.
I mean, to you guys' point, though,
Hilarious.
the weakest point, the weakest part of the line is the center right now, in my opinion. And the only thing that makes it weak is his snapping. I think White here is a decent enough blocker at center. It's just on that one pass on the right side to DJ. I can't remember if he caught it or not. It's because Fields had to jump to catch the ball, set his feet, and then throw it.
Yeah.
If he would have got the ball on time, probably would have been a different result. And that's what I'm saying. That stuff matters.
Yeah.
One play that I really liked Fields was when he had that high snap, caught it, and just ran up the middle for a first down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
seeing what you're seeing and taking advantage of it because shit, I got it. I got it, guys. Don't worry, I got it.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a lot to like. It's not perfect, but it's a lot to like for me, and I'm glad I'm able to see it, and that's what gives me hope is seeing those little glimpses that we're having, and it's like, man, you know, we're not quite there yet, and I'm seeing progress, and I'm liking it.
Hey, PJ, Chase Young alert.
Fair Truth Night says, I was at the gym. Did you guys talk what we're going to give to get Chase Young? Let me start with one thing. Hey, BT9, man, have you ever checked your DMs on Twitter? Because I think I sent you this whole page of things like 2 months ago. just saying. I haven't looked in a while, but last time I checked it. So the Chase Young, we did bring this up because I brought it up when we were talking about that good defensive line of Washington. It was Montez Sweat and Chase Young and Allen and who's the other guy, Walt?
Montez Sweat, Allen,
What?
Deron Payne.
Chase Young.
Let me talk about Chase Young a minute.
Here we go, BT9.
You guys know
show.
this is gonna be quick.
It's the PJ Power Hour on Chase Young. Hit it, PJ.
I'm a fan of Chase Young, and I thought he was the best defensive lineman for Washington on last Thursday night. Although he didn't get a sack, I thought he played with more hustle, more aggressiveness than anyone else. That being said, as much as I like him, I'm at a point now where I don't want to trade for him. I would rather try to get him in free agency because to me, again, I'm not trying to build this team up right now for this year because I'm not sure where my other piece is going to be at because I don't think what's his name going to be here next year. At first I did, but now I don't. The guy in Dockway. At first I thought he was going to be here. I don't think he is going to be.
Man.
Huh? It's a 1 year deal. I thought we was going to re-sign him because that's what I was predicting that we would re-sign him. But he hasn't shown much. I mean, he got 2 sacks, but he hasn't shown much.
He's playing a little differently this year. He's playing the run too and defending it. He's got to set the corner. He's got to set the corner. He's playing a little different. Watch the tape, man.
Right.
Watch the tape. He's forced into some different situations. And even on the stunts, man, I see him getting burned. He's double teamed. But that's the guy they want to double team. So somebody else should be free doing something when that's happening. Watch the tape, man.
Yeah.
It's in that last game, too.
I have a strong suspicion he won't be here next year. I'm predicting.
Probably not. It's a fill.
Yeah.
And I'm with you, man. I wait till the end of the year because now they're all for like 3 of those guys are free agents. I will take if they're playing the way they've been playing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take, you know what, the better deal that I could get for Chase Young or Montez Sweat. Look at the numbers, look at the tape. You might be right. Chase might outplayed Montez a little bit. He lagged on a couple plays, but I believe he got a sack and he was in there all night.
He did get a sack. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And he was getting handled pretty well. I mean, it was a fair, decent night for our guy.
Yeah, he was
I mean,
going against Wright.
man.
Yeah, he was going against Wright. So
Right.
and
So
I'm not
that tells you
losing.
two things. They're
Yeah,
both,
I'm not
both
losing
guys.
that they just played Philadelphia too.
Mhm.
So they coming off, 4 days of after just playing Philadelphia in the overtime.
I think he got a sack and a half in that game. Sweat, I mean.
Yeah, I think he has 3.5 sacks for the year.
They're both playing really good. Both
Yeah.
of them, they are. You got to look at the tape and the numbers, man.
Yeah, but I believe, like Beartooth 9 says, that I think between the two, Washington would probably re-sign Sweat as opposed to Young. So
Yeah.
that's why I think we have a chance of getting Young then.
You're probably right. They're probably going to get a better deal with Sweat, even though I just put him on the other end with Ngakoue right now. Yes.
Yeah.
You could even run them guys anywhere if you're going to be running any type of blitz scheme.
I mean, I'm going to have to disagree on the no trade for Chase Young kind of thing, because the difference is Montez Sweat is 27 years old right now.
Mhm.
Chase is 24.
Yeah.
So the way I view Chase Young, at least, is a building block player. He's a guy young enough where you can take a young team still and put him as one of your pillars to build your entire team around.
Mhm.
Montez Sweat, I mean, you can, but he's running the risk of being another
Right.
Khalil Mack, where Mack's going to come in at a more advanced. I mean, he's 27, he's still young. I mean, I'm not going to say that, but he's at a more advanced football age. There, I mean, Young ended up with he didn't have the flashy numbers. He still had 11 pressures. He got half a sack against us. A couple tackles, one for a loss. He was up against Larry Borum, and Borum's not a slouch.
Right.
And
right.
Sweat's sitting there against Darnell Wright. Darnell Wright did great.
Yep.
He did give up that one
did.
sack, but he's a rookie.
Right.
Right. He came in the next play and he rectified that. It happens.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, Washington is not going to get a first for Chase Young. They're just not. They can sit there and want it all day, every day. It's just not happening. No one in their right mind is going to give a first for Chase Young. Now, I don't think Chase Young is injury prone. Anyone that says that, I mean, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. It's one major injury. Sure, it was a big injury, but it happens. And I'm not going to put a guy in injury. Injury prone is like multiple injuries across your entire career. This is just one. And, you have to get cleared by medical staff coming back in. So doctors are looking at this. They have plans set up with these players. The same thing happened to Justin Ross, too, in Kansas City.
Mhm.
Everyone wrote him off because of this degenerative spinal issue.
Yeah.
He got the surgery. I've actually seen this doctor that he went to, one of his talks.
I had him on my fantasy team, and somebody just picked him up today, man.
Who's the doctor?
Justin Ross. Yeah. Right.
Serious. Like me and Swift go back and forth in prior chats about this, that it's too much of a risk. It's this, that, and the next thing. But the way I'm looking at it, and I do have a little bit of, I wouldn't say insider knowledge, but a better view of things than a lot of people. Being that I know a lot of people in the medical field. I see it on a daily basis. That's partly where my wife works, and these guys have long-term plans set up with these players, not just Young and Ross, but everyone. You're getting checked out. It's not like, well, you feel okay, you're gonna go back in there. It's just not that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say this.
go
What
ahead.
do you think? What would you give? I mean, you said you would give up a first. What would you give for him?
I have to go look at Beartooth 9 here said he would consider training Jalen Johnson for Chase Young. Now, I would possibly pull the deal on that because I'm high on Terrell Smith. And
Yeah.
also, it's going to save me draft picks in the long run. I can include a player like Jalen Johnson, who, I mean, let's be honest, I don't know what I'm going to get. Jalen Johnson is injury prone. Chase Young is not. It's different. Like,
Yeah.
yes, Chase Young, like I said, had a long-term injury, but Jalen Johnson, every year, it's a 2-3 week thing here, a 2-3 week thing here,
Agreed.
and it's consistent.
Agreed.
I think he played about 1 full season.
Yeah, because he came in with a bad shoulder. He hit the shoulder when he was at Utah, Jalen Johnson.
You know,
So
I mean, the potential's to the point with Smith where I can maybe ride with him and Tyreek, and then I have Kyler Gordon and nickel. So my secondary is looking pretty good. And I know very early in the show somebody asked about, I think it was Cliff, talking about an Eddie Jackson contract. I don't know where to go with that because you're not sure what Eddie Jackson you're going to get. 1 year he's picking off 4 interceptions. The next year he's doing nothing. I mean, I'd say let him finish out his contract. If he wants to take a team-friendly deal, I'd do it.
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
If not, there's the door.
Yeah.
Don't let it hit you on the way out.
Yeah.
I mean, because with that foot issue, him not getting surgery, and it now happened again this year. So I ain't gonna say I predict. I'm strongly wondering if by the end of the year he's out again with that same foot injury. I'm just wondering. But back to Chase Young, I'm more of the belief. I think Denver only got a 4th rounder for Von Miller when he went to LA. And I'm of that mindset because I think it was Cliff that said it earlier about giving up maybe Philadelphia's 4th next year that we got from Philadelphia for Chase if I was to do the in-season trade for him. But other than that, like I said, I'll just wait till after the end of the year and just get him outright.
Sorry, BJ. To go on your question about the Von Miller Rams trade, it was a 2022 second and a 2022 third.
Second and the third, okay, all right.
Yeah. So I'd be willing to pay something for like that, because the second round pick, you're going to get a decent player, even if you say you didn't trade it.
Mhm.
It's an okay pick. It could go either way. It could be good. It could be bad. You don't know. But Von Miller at the time was what, 30?
Oh, that's why they got the second and the third, because Denver said they will pay the salary. So LA really didn't have to pay anything. That's why they got him for so high. I mean, for so much, because that's what it was.
And Von Miller he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like Mo Beerman says, he's ancient compared to Young. And you got a second and a third. Okay, I'd pay that same price for Chase Young.
I don't think you would have to. I really don't.
No, you may not. You may be able to do a third and a fourth. You may be able to work something out. You may just be able to do just a second, like a next year second, conditional pick, something like that. But here's the thing: I don't want to play games in free agency. I mean, if I'm Poles, and I'm only speculating here.
Yeah.
I don't. If I want somebody, I'm gonna go get him. I'm tired of playing this. Like, well, does he want to come here? Does he not want to come here? Do I have to worry about the franchise tag, like with Deron Payne? I don't want to deal with that. I'm done dealing with that kind of crap. I'm gonna put together a team to win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna go out and get my guy. If it costs me something, that's fine. I'm not talking like we're the Rams where I'm gonna trade away all my my first round picks for the next 16 years. To build a one-off Super Bowl team and crash and burn the next year. I'm not saying that. But you're in a position now where you can move picks for players. I mean, let's look at the Cleveland Browns. They had 21 or 24 picks over a 2-year period, and they were absolute trash. They've done nothing.
Well, they had the wrong quarterback. I mean, Baker was not the quarterback for them. They should not have went with Baker. Sorry, they just shouldn't have.
I got to go back and look at all their draft picks.
Yeah, I mean, because that year, that's the year that what was it? Sam Darnold, Baker, a couple other guys came out. They just chose the wrong. They to Walt's point, that team was stacked. They just had
playing pretty good now.
Yeah, they just had the wrong quarterback.
I think I'm more saying that more draft picks doesn't equate to a better team.
You're right.
Sometimes you have to make the move for that young player to push your roster over the top. I mean, you're still building to the draft. You've done that. Poles has done that.
I don't think you built it enough yet, though. I mean, I think we're maybe a year or two away before we can do those deals you're talking about, because Chase Young isn't going to put us over the top. I mean, he's a good player. I love Chase Young. Y'all know this, but he's not that player to put us over. We're not just one player away. We still need some pieces. So that's what I'm saying. I would rather do the free agency route as opposed to trading high draft picks. After next year, I'll say dream scenario, we get the first overall pick, we trade it, get these 3-4 first rounders. After we get that and those players come in, so I'm talking like next year and the year after, now I can start making trades for this player that can probably put us over the top. I just don't think we're there yet. I don't think we're there to take on a big contract like that and trade draft capital while we're still trying to get there.
I mean, I'm looking at it this way. We have 2 first-round picks next year. So we can have the luxury of moving picks to regain them later. Like you said, if we get the first-round pick in Carolina at the end of the day, trading a second and a third for Chase Young isn't going to matter at the end of the day. It's going to be a drop in the bucket. You're going to end up getting 3 first-round picks for, anybody who wants to get in the Caleb Williams sweepstakes if he continues to trend up the way he's doing now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I mean, I wouldn't be. I mean, yeah, the Chase Claypool trade, like, it's a miss on your part. I'm not going to let that dictate every other move I make afterwards. It's done. It happened. So what? You move on.
I just think that, in my perfect world, I'm signing Chase Young in free agency, and I'm drafting Jared Verse with one of my first rounders. Also, Marvin Harrison Jr. with my other first rounder. And in the second round, I'm now grabbing my center to replace Whitehair, because Whitehair and his snapping issues can go. Or in my third round, I'm drafting a safety to replace Eddie, because Eddie and his foot issue can go. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we're there yet to be trading away those draft picks, because we still got so many issues yet to fill.
Well, let's look at it this way. Like you said, you want Jared Verse. Great. I love Jared Verse. I think he's going to be a great player. I
Right.
want him. I mean, I want Dallas Turner and Yon Ellis too. So any one of those 3 guys I'm fine with.
Right.
But if I do move a pick or picks for Chase Young, I have him. And he's going to be, he's entrenched at either the left or right side of my defensive line. I already have Gravon Dexter, who can play 3 tech. I would re-sign Andrew Billings. That's your starting 1 tech. And you have DeMarcus Walker there now. Theoretically speaking, you have DeMarcus Walker as your second end.
See, I'm moving on.
I can still draft Marvin Harrison Jr. and Jared Verse with those 2 picks, and I would be fine with that draft. You've already won at that point. You can still go out and get a Cedric Van Pran with a third round pick.
Right.
And that covers your center. You can get a guy like there's what's the safety out of Kansas? I'll have to look him up later. But you can get that. Justin Fields, like we keep talking about, we're going to have to re-sign him. We're going to have to re-sign him. Yes, that is the case. We will. But we got to strike now while the iron's hot. You have the ability to bring in these players. I mean, you could play with Chase Young in free agency and maybe get him. He does have that relationship with Fields, so that might be a plus working in your favor in terms of negotiating. But why take the risk? And then you're asked out. You're sitting there with your hand in your hand, like, shit, this was my entire plan, and now it's all fucked because.
Well, I think it's a calculated risk, though, because if I'm not mistaken, I think Chase and Justin has the same agent, I believe.
I don't know.
Contrary to popular belief, they'd be doing these backdoor deals as it is already. So you have that conversation. Hey, is your guy interested in coming here? I mean, you've worked that thing out to where, So you limit that risk of, hey, if it's a long shot, okay, all right, come up with your plan. But if it's not, I'd rather not give up that draft capital, because in my perfect world, again, I'm trading Walker, because Walker has not impressed me. Sorry, but I'd rather trade him to Buffalo and give me Leonard Floyd. I'll take Leonard Floyd and I'll rush 5 players every so often. I have Floyd as my strong side linebacker, and I'll rush 5, throw them off. That's what Washington did on a couple of plays. They was rushing 5 players. I'll get creative with that. Because Walker, sorry, not sorry, you're not my guy.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's some injury concerns, so that'll work in our favor too with Chase Young. But so far, he's shown it looks good.
He does.
But let's also look at the Lions in the offseason. They
Mm-hmm.
went and they had the 2nd overall pick. I forget what the guy's name was, the cornerback. They traded him and got a 5th round pick for him. Same position, the same draft position.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, I know you know me. Yeah, okay. The guy from Ohio State, right?
Yes, and he went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing now, but just when you're framing these deals, you have to look at every other deal on the market. Prior to that, it's like, okay, I have a 2nd overall pick here. He only cost you a 5th round pick, so that's going to be my bench to start with, and then you work from there.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm just not trying to give up a 1st or a 2nd. I'm really not trying to not during this time. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
Not
I
right
mean,
now.
you're going to pay Chase Young either way. If it's an extension via a trade or it's in free agency, you're probably going to end up paying more money in free agency, honestly, than giving up the draft capital and hitting him with an extension conditional to the deal. So the trade kind of wins out in the long run.
I don't know. I will agree to disagree on that one.
I mean, we'll see. Nothing will probably happen. Chase Young will probably get franchise tagged by Washington at the end of the year, and we'll lose out.
The only hope for that is if Rivera gets fired and the new head coach comes in and he's not as big on defense as Rivera is, and he'll let Young walk because he already got the other 2 guys locked up and he's trying to lock up Sweat.
Yeah. I mean, if like you said, if Rivera does get fired, they bring in a new coach. It's like, well, you had this great line. We've dumped $150 million into it. And what do you have to show for it? Nothing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and you heard what Magic Johnson said, and who's one of the owners of Washington. He did not like the effort that Washington showed against the Bears last week. So,
okay,
granted,
go play some basketball, buddy.
He's a minority owner, but he's still yet an owner. So, an owner making statements like that in a tweet, somebody is listening.
Yeah. I mean, I hopes. I don't want to hope though. I want a certainty.
I can see your point.
I'm looking for rainbows. I mean, I wish I found one, but what do you mean, Cliff?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's whatever, man. It doesn't even matter what any of us are saying because Poles has got his plan, what he's going to do.
Yeah, I mean, Poles has his plan.
And the season, the way it unfolds, is going to determine a lot of the way things go.
Well,
Chase going to be able to? Is he going to play the whole season and stay healthy? I'm not even talking about his injury. Is he going to play the whole season? A lot of these guys.
To your point, I think, given what Poles has done with the Roquan situation, Beartooth 9 suggesting that Poles trade Jalen Johnson for Chase Young. That could be a possibility because, I could see that happening. I'm not in favor of it, but I could see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Jalen Johnson is a bad player in any way. Right. I don't agree with his play style sometimes. I think he's too hot and cold. And I don't like the reason I like Tyreek Stevenson is, yes, he gets penalized a lot, but he has that fire that you look for in a player. He's not taking plays off. He's trying to. Him and guys like him and Sandberg are trying to finish plays, even if they're not going to get in on it. They're still running 100% across the field to get in there, and that's why I like guys.
I actually like Smith, man, a lot.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I mean, he's surprising. He's surprising me. I didn't think he was going to be this good.
Shea's pick at the draft. Remember?
I thought she said Williams.
Kendall Williamson, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Yeah.
you're right.
I don't think I'm
Second time I
asking
did that.
for the moon and the stars with a deal for Chase Young. All I'm saying is if you have the opportunity to get it done and you have the capital to move it, why not? I mean, do you really want to play games, like I said, with agents and all this other garbage? No. You know, if you can't, if you don't have the draft capital to do it and you have to do that, that's one thing. If you have the ability to make moves to get it done prior to that and you don't take advantage of it, that's where I'm going to be a little like, come on.
So what do you feel about the Chase Claypool trade?
At the time, market value was fine. The second round pick, it is what it is.
So what do you feel about it
Overall,
this year?
like him, like a lot of guys the Bears have had, I feel they're mishandled by their coaches. You know, I mean, Chase Claypool wasn't a slouch coming in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he has the numbers to prove that he's not a number one. I don't care what he says. He's an easy a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
And you can make him work. And we saw that with Pittsburgh. I mean, I know, Roethlisberger fell off a cliff at the end and, it hurt his numbers.
Right.
But like I said, we're going to have to wait till the end of the year or even into next year to fully gauge the Chase Claypool trade. Because like I said, if Claypool does go off and does well in Miami,
mm-hmm.
Why? What's different between Miami and what's different between us? The player is still the same.
Right.
But everyone else is different.
Reason why I'm bringing that up is I had buyer's remorse with the Chase Claypool because he turned out to be equivalent to a first round pick. And I didn't think he was worth it. So I'm saying that because if we trade a second right now for Chase Young, what if it turns out being the 33rd pick or the 34th pick? I'm not going to be liking that. That's what I'm saying. For me, a guy where you're only going to get a guaranteed 10 games or so, that's all you're going to get out of him, or whatever 11 games, however much, that's all you guaranteed. I'm not trying to give a first or a second up for that. You have to give me. I'll give up a late third, a fourth, but I'm not going to give up a first or a second because I don't want that Chase Claypool situation all over again.
I mean, the Claypool trade at the time, where were we sitting in terms of record?
I think we had 3 wins.
Okay.
We had 3 wins, maybe 4 or 5 losses, something like that.
All right, so we're in the middle of the road. Let's just say, the reasons of this conversation. We're middle of the road,
and we're at right now 1 win.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even going to worry. I'm not even going to worry about that at the moment. I'm going to talk purely Chase Claypool trade here. We're middle of the road. Other people are gunning for Chase Claypool. Right now, no one's looking really at Chase Young. It's kind of, dead in the water, so to speak. But that's another story. You're dealing with the Packers, who were very, vocal in their pursuit of Chase Young. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to move up your offer just with that. Right out of the gate, before you even talk to the GM of the other team, your offer is already bigger than what it initially was. At the time, go ahead, Foster.
I just say I want to pop this in with the Claypool, not Chase Young, Chase Claypool. Mm-hmm. The Packers did offer their second round pick for them too. So I mean, there was interest for a reason to back up your thing where the guy he caught 800 something yards in NFL games in one season.
Yeah. I mean, it's on paper, Claypool checked all the boxes for what the Bears needed at the time. And the deal, I mean, I didn't lose sleep over it. I thought it was fine.
I'm fine. We moved on. We saw what it was, and we had to move on for our purpose, whatever. The team's been better since. I didn't mean to interrupt you on the Chase Young comment, though, with the...
No, it's fine.
The market.
Yeah, no, you're making a valid point, so... No problem there.
These guys are just still killing me in the chat.
I mean, Washington, sidebar, Washington does have the money to theoretically get both players. Either sign one, tag one. You're not paying Sam Howell a toll, a dumpster filled with money right now.
Yeah.
You're going to be able to work with it.
They need some help on that old line, so they're gonna have to pay somebody for that.
Yeah, no, there's other spots they need to spend money on, of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But you theoretically could keep both players.
Yeah.
Will it happen? Probably not. One of them will go. But
Yeah. I
again,
guess
they're probably just going to see who's better, who has a better season, and sign that guy or tag him.
Yeah.
Like I said, it came down to age too. He's 3 years younger.
Yep.
You're going to get more time out of him. Yes,
Yep.
the injury is there, but I think we're past that point now.
It's the only question there is if he wants to stay there. If he's been content in his mind.
Yeah, I mean,
the treatment is on. That's the only thing that's the intangible that you don't know, because you don't know. We've said it how many times with Chase Claypool. We don't know the whole story. We're not getting the whole story.
Yeah.
So
it's like, do I want to deal with this? Does he want to be here? He says he does, but I mean, is that really true?
Right.
Don't know. Do I want another team swooping into the last second to, back up the Brinks truck to his front door and stealing, pulling the rug out from under me?
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with that. I don't think any GM wants to deal with that. So that's why I said, it may be all,
watch him end up in Dallas. Stack that team a little more.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of deals throughout sports where they've had a sure thing. They've had the handshake agreement going in for the final kill, and then somebody steps in is like, nope, Ninja, mine.
Yep.
And I don't want that to happen to the Bears.
Yeah.
We're turning the corner as we speak.
Yeah, I believe that too. We are.
And once we finish turning that corner, I think this game is going to be a huge catalyst for that.
It's a huge determining factor of where we're at, especially defensively.
Yeah.
How far have these guys grown? What? Because Flus is going to have to do more with the defense.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Sam Howell and Washington natives, commanders, whatever the heck their name is.
Right.
We're looking at Minnesota's high-powered offense. I know they don't got Jefferson, but he's still going to get the ball out to everybody.
Yeah.
What he does, man.
I think with Flus, though, to your point, I'm more concerned with the lack of production from Edmonds being a Flus pick guy. I mean, he wanted him, to come in here and run his defense, and I'm like, it's not looking so good right now. Edwards, to your point earlier, man, I'm second in the league in tackles.
Edwards and Billings were just. I knew those guys. I mean, I knew it when we got them. I knew we were in good shape just from Philadelphia and just watching him last year on the Raiders. That film last year.
Yep.
Of his Raiders tape, man.
Agreed.
I knew that was good. But Edmonds. I got to give him some more time. It's he's got to have some help consistently around him too, and that's been shuffled a lot.
Yeah,
it's a task. It's a task to run that defense, especially if, like you brought up, and Walt brought up, Howard, and I brought it up, the spacing and the softness of that defense, man. It's just too, So that's got to be changed. You brought up, Walt. These guys got to learn to play the edges of their zones more. Is what it comes down to, instead of laying back off to the middle, because that's what they're doing. If you watch the film, man.
Oh yeah.
Break that down. Get to the end. Okay, you know what, man? Shit, there's nobody over here. I better take 2 steps past my zone, dude.
Yep.
It's got to be taught, and they have to do it if they're going to run that consistent. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I have Edmonds' numbers here on Pro Football Reference pulled up.
Yeah.
Now, I know he only has 48 tackles right now, which really isn't that bad. But, I'm looking at his tackles for a loss, too. He's got 3 so far this season over 5 games.
That's good.
He only had 6 last year, and 7 the year before, and 4 in 2020. So, I mean, he's on par to hit what he's already done and why we brought him in the first place. I mean, he's not a sack guy. He's not, that middle linebackers that come charging up the center of the line, crash through, and take out the quarterback. He's got 1, maybe 2 a year at best.
I guess it's more of this. I don't hear his name, man, and I'm not expecting a sack guy. We're all used to Roquan, dude. We know.
I mean, they're
So
two
maybe
different
it's
players.
just the way I should go back and look at just him, man. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that because if somebody's got something out, I catch everybody, guys. I look at like 5 different tapes. I check Barlissimo and Jordan and Swifty and
CP.
Sullivan. I'm looking at a bunch of 5 or 6 different ones all the time. That's about the only thing I've been able to do lately is when I'm laying there going to bed, I'm watching film. Because I'm not informed. I've been just busy with shit, and it's still going. Whatever, stop it. I think. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think is going to happen this game coming up, man?
Yeah,
good stuff. No, I'll get into
I
that.
mean,
I just
straight up,
wanted,
what's your take?
just wanted
How's
to
the
know if Foster
defense?
made it.
How many points is the defense going to give up? Are we going to play decent? Who's playing? Who should be playing? Who maybe shouldn't be playing it coming off of their injury? I'm just throwing the questions out there to anybody.
Okay. No, that's fine. I just wanted to say, Foster, you made an excellent point there with that, saying that we're used to Roquan Smith. We're used to that guy that's going to, come up and he's going to do his thing. He's going to get, 100 plus tackles a year. He's not really a coverage guy. He's more of a middle of the road, rush up, get the tackle for a loss, hit the guy in the backfield, and all that. So it's a little bit of a. It takes some getting used to, I guess. But in terms of what you're saying now, next week, the defense, if it holds to around 15 points, I'd be happy. 20 would probably be my max.
I'm just saying I actually will say as high as 24 and down, no more, and we got to score 30.
Yeah,
that's or 28. My magic number was always, even last year, I'm like, dude, take every game, and if we scored between 26 and 28 points, we would have won like 10 or 11 games. Literally, if you go back and you take that narrative, and there were times we just come up short on it.
Yeah, I think I don't think our defense is going to hold. So I say our defense is going to give up about 23, 24 points.
I'll accept that.
But our offense, 27 to 30 points. So
that's what I'm thinking that is attainable.
Well, you kind of saw that same thing in the very first game against Tampa Bay. Offenses were great clicking. Defenses, terrible.
Yeah.
On both sides.
Yeah.
So I don't see our defense, although we're going to have some starters back. Mm-hmm. I think our pass rush isn't very good, and it was a fluke last week because Washington's offensive line is so horrible that they allowed us to get 5 sacks. We could have had 9 had we made some tackles, but we missed 4 tackles on sacks. And our guys.
How many sacks did that line give up against Philadelphia?
Like 8, I think. Because they're leading the league in sacks.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like that.
I gotta ask,
29. I think Howard been sacked 29 times. So that's
what week was it, Foster?
Basically.
What did you say, Walt?
What week was the Eagles? Eagles game? Oh, week 4.
Yeah, that was the Sunday before that Thursday game. The turnaround.
How only got sacked 5 times?
Oh, you only got sacked 5 times that game?
Yeah.
Well, he's leading the league.
That's how many times we got him. We got him 5 too. So.
And you don't have guys like Jalen Carter on your team, and who else is on there? Hanson Reddick.
Yeah, they're half them guys are like at least second team all pros, man.
I'm telling you,
look at it, and that's not, you can't even put Jalen Carter on that list. I can't even tell you the names right now, but I just look at it. They're a Pro Bowler or all pros and first team, second team.
Oh yeah, I love.
He's just the first one that came to mind. But yeah, you have Sweat, Jordan Sweat, I think is his name, the defensive end.
For
Philadelphia.
oh yeah,
Jordan Davis.
yep.
So
Got
you
us.
have guys.
Got
They get the 4 or 5 sacks every week.
Got Nolan Smith. Got Hassan
Yeah.
Reddick. They got some dudes. They got some dudes.
They got all pros on that team, man.
Oh,
A
yeah.
lot of them on the defensive side of the ball.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, they got some dudes, and I'm just not pleased with our pass rush. So unless Flus again manufactures some pressure, we're not going to get there. So
He's going to have to. He's going to have to.
And
you got to put pressure on Cousins early, or you're going to have a problem. You got to put pressure on him and get in his head early, or you're going to have a long day. Those guys in the backfield all better be healthy and ready. If one of them comes up short, whether it's Jackson or Johnson, if they're not fully healthy and we don't have some sort of pressure early, they're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pete. You hit it on the head. We're going to have a problem if we don't do exactly what you're talking about.
You're absolutely right. I'm hoping, though, that instead of rushing the 6 or the 5 guys, just instead of doing that, change who you rush. Rush your safety, drop your defensive end. Change it up to where he don't know where that guy is coming from, because those are the blitzes that the Rex Ryans would do. He'll sit up there.
A couple of them stunts that Billings ran with Gibson last year for the Raiders, man.
Yeah,
where Billings actually was coming off the edge on those and got pressure, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You can watch some of it.
Rush
for the size that he is, for the girth that he has, he can move better than you would think. He's for man his size, he's got football quickness, definitely.
Rush your 4, just don't have it always be the same 4.
Right. Blah blah blah. It's 4 guys coming in. 4 guys.
Yeah.
It's at the corner, and you 2 guys in the middle try and get some pressure on these 3 guys.
Yeah.
At the corner, and you 2 guys got to get some pressure to push the quarterback. Set the corners, and you 2 guys got to get pressure to it. Maybe we'll run a linebacker up there or safety, but that's what they got to do, man.
Absolutely.
I liked a couple of them safety blitz. Wasn't there 2 of them?
I know there was a corner blitz for sure. That's
what it was, a corner and a safety blitz.
Strowman got one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So just change up, who you're blitzing. And if Kyler's back, Kyler be good at that corner, coming off that corner as a blitzer. So change that up. And I think that can fluster what's his name, Cousins, enough. That'll fluster him. So I definitely say blitzed, but just different ways.
Yeah, I mean, I hope Kyler coming back also helps solidify the middle of the field too.
Yeah. Because he's got to play like, dude, you're a safety at some point, and then you got to be a cornerback at some point too, and then you also got to act like a linebacker at points.
Oh yeah,
and with that position, and he's the perfect build and speed and everything to do it, and he has the capability of doing it. Hopefully we see some good improvement from him too. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 more weeks before he gets synced in well with this. Watch.
Was his
injury?
I hope I'm
wrong. I hope he just jumps back in like it's nothing. Better than before. Danimal. We're going to see the Danimal sighting. There he is. What did you guys blow up, man? Dan got pissed and blew something up downtown again.
Wait,
so you're not allowed in the city. There's Chris.
We just had our first 2 shots of Malort.
Oh! You took the plunge, baby. Isn't that stuff lovely?
Well, she described it as, I said, can we get 2 shots of Malort? And she gives us, she says, you want the Chicago handshake? And we're like, yeah. So I see her pouring 2 beers. I thought they were for somebody else. So she puts both shots down on either side of the beer. And I go, yeah, we'll take 2 IPAs. She's like, okay. Then we do the shot of Malort. Then we're like, hey, you want another shot? He's like, yeah, sure. So I'm like, we'll take another shot. And she puts them right next to the beers again. I'm like, are those beers ours? And she's like, it's the Chicago handshake. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Drop the shot in the glass? She's like, no, it's your chaser. I'm like, oh.
Well, you could Irish car bomb it.
It's your chaser,
Yeah,
man.
I was thinking it was an Irish car bomb.
Chicago's always a fucking shot in a beer joint, man. That's what made the stockyards what they were back in the day. PJ was there.
Yeah.
Go, throw it in, Peach.
Oh,
Go
yeah,
with Foster.
oh man, I can't believe that, guys. I can't tell if my I have a moon roof, so I can't tell if it's shattered or not.
It'll be okay, Dan. It sucks.
They came out and like brought the security personnel over to me, and I had to like, she had to get all my info because I like went through the wrong place, and the guy's like explaining to me that this is my fault. I'm like, no shit. And he's like, the proper code is that you come up through the gate, you come up into the front of the hotel, and then you check in. Wanker.
BT9. You wanker. Damn wanker.
Love it. Love
Hey,
it. man.
Chris. I don't know, but your cousin might be in town from Ireland. I heard he might be in town, dude.
All right.
We got to do that before we roll.
Wait. How tall are you, Chris?
So what's up, mate?
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'8". I'm about the same height as Foster.
That's why my nickname is Shorty, because my last name is Shortino and I'm not short.
He's like a colossal giant.
Yeah. I'm like, look at the height difference, man.
Yeah.
No, I'm stood in a dip, PJ. I'm stood in a dip.
So yeah, so then I had to fill out. I didn't have to fill anything out, but they were just like, this is incidental report we have to fill out, and because you went through his security, because I had to like manually open this garage door to get the fuck out.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
How did you get in?
It got me off. I was out on Lower Wacker, and then we just saw the Hilton parking, so we pulled into it. And then I saw all these spots that just said reserved with like one car parked in it. And then I see the ramp to the left going up. I'm like, okay, I'm at the bottom of the parking garage, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go up the parking ramp. And then I was just at the fucking Hyatt with Cliff. So I was driving in there.
That's what you said.
Yeah. So it's like,
You said that
I
in
wasn't
the
even
chat.
thinking. And the next thing you know, and I should have just fucking stopped. When I started to realize I had hit the roof, I should have just stopped.
You guys should have just stayed here. We could have went to Dino's, had fucking pizza in Malort.
Hey, Foster, it's that bad. I'm going back to England tomorrow. I'm going back home, man.
I'm getting in my car. Keep the show going. I'm heading down there now. What's going on?
I've caused enough trouble already. I want to be in the city for 2 hours.
Where are you guys going now?
We're walking back to we're at the hotel. I just don't know how to get in. It's probably.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, man.
I'm going to decapitate myself now.
It's a big thing. It's called a door.
Yeah.
Hey.
Matter of fact, there should be somebody standing in front of it waiting for you.
Yeah, so I'm clearly not in the right place. But it says Hyatt right here, so.
Make sure you go through the right door, Shorty. I'm just saying, make sure you go into the right door, man.
There's only PJ what can get away saying that.
The truck can be fixed. Your head can't if it hits on the fucking door hot.
Right. It's telling me it's right around the corner. I got my GPS on.
All right.
That's what you need. Air Bear said, "Look for handles, dude. Look for handles."
Yeah, we can't have you decapitated.
Is Cliff still in chat?
Cliff?
I think
Where is
so.
Cliff?
I haven't seen him in a while.
Just because he called me right after that, but I was dealing with all the
Right.
He was here like 10 minutes ago.
Security and all this shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was here He was here a little while ago.
11:50. 15 minutes ago was his last. Oh no, he's got one after that.
Oh look, there's where the.
No, 11:50.
That's the place.
Can I flip this around?
Nope.
Right over there is where it happened.
There.
The scene of the crime.
That's where I was not supposed to come up from.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they're like,
I did think it was a bit odd down when he had to like remove the chain.
and the worst part, yeah, exactly. The worst part is like, yeah, you know, there's a height restriction. You should have seen that. I'm like, listen, I just picked up
I
a
didn't
Bears
see
fan
the hype
from Chicago, from England, and you know, I told him a fucking quick summary of what's going on, and I was just like, we were doing a show, and he was on it, and we were showing him the city in real time, and next thing you know, I'm in the parking garage. So, but they're real nice. What they did was they waived me the valet fee, and they kept the truck parked right where I left it in the front, where it's where they don't want to take a chance of trying to park it in the parking garage, because I guess it's apparently an extra tall truck, even though it's not.
Yeah.
You have some lifters on it?
No, it's just an
No.
F-150
Oh.
with a cap on the back.
Oh.
Yeah. And then, of course, my wife was watching the show. So as soon as I get off the show, she calls me, "Oh, how bad is it?" I'm like, oh, fuck. And I just said, I'm like, my wife's going to fucking kill me. And then she calls right after I say that. And I'm like,
And in that moment in time, I said
You're gonna
absolutely
kill me.
shit. I said nothing. I just get quiet and thought, I ain't saying shit. I'm not getting involved. You know what I mean? This is nothing. Well, it's
Man.
partially to do with me because I'm here. But I thought, I'm not getting involved. I don't want to get involved in the domestic.
Smart man. Stay out of it.
man, yeah. If it is shattered, because I can't really tell if the glass is shattered, I figure I'll go get one of those big, plastic carpet rolls, that you put down on the carpet to walk on.
Yeah.
It's like a big clear film. It's like about 2 feet wide or something. Just cover the whole thing, because I'm going to be here for another week and a half. And it's going to be raining.
Get some plastic. Get some plastic. Plastic.
Yeah.
We'll know more tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we'll know more tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you can just go get some plastic.
Yeah.
Get the plastic that they use to cover up windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thick plastic.
If you need, Dan, I got 10 mil plastic.
Of course you do, Foster. Gotta wrap those bodies up in something, right?
Gorilla tape.
For free.
Dude, I'll shingle it. It won't leak. May look funny with the rain running off the sides like it is, but it'll be okay.
You can put some shingles on the top of your hood too, man.
Man, it'll be the only one ever like it, dude. Except the nail holes are going to be a problem.
And then we got to Billy Goats, and they were filming a Harley Davidson commercial in there.
Did they throw you out?
I can't stop bringing it. You know what I mean? I'm in Chicago. We have a crash in the car. We go to a bar. They're doing an advert for Harley Davidson. I've only been here 2 hours.
Right. Hey, it's just a normal day here, Chris.
And I met the legend Foster as well in person, and I love you, brother.
Hey, Cliff is back in the chat, Shorty.
Yeah, Cliff. Sorry, I didn't. I was dealing with everybody. They had to bring the security staff out because I was in the wrong area and I had to manually open a garage door. So it was a clusterfuck, Cliff. I'll talk to you.
Way to manually open a door.
You usually think it's not the right place and everything's closed down.
Yeah. Well, by that time I wasn't going to back up and go through it again.
But I'm just thinking, if you had to open the door yourself, you might be in the wrong place.
Walt, don't go there, Walt. Please don't go there.
Well, no, the door we drove in automatically.
You know what he was trying to do, Peach, don't you? Man.
So I thought, okay, after I ruin my roof, I'll just keep driving and this door will open for me, but it didn't. And there was a button I was pressing and it wasn't working. But you can see the garage door handle on the top, so I just jumped up and grabbed it. Luckily, if I was this guy's fucking height, I wouldn't be able to do it. We'd be fucked.
I must point that I was just a passenger. This is nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
I am innocent.
The axe and the blah 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 and BCP do not necessarily reflect that of the guest.
Yes. It does not represent Chris Watts in any way possible.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard Iggy Pop's The Passenger?
of course I have, mate. It's one of my favourite artists, Iggy Pop, man.
All right.
I've
See,
got all
there
his
you go.
albums, mate. I love him.
And that's you. That's you in Chicago, man.
It is, mate.
You go out at night, you see those city lights, get the
Beautiful.
roof ripped off, walking on a commercial. No, man.
We're in a car. We're smashing a car up.
Chicago.
It's just, and then we're on Chicago TV tomorrow morning. It's just,
Right.
that's it. This is what it's like for my life in Leeds, mate.
Hey,
I
had a football question from for both of you guys from Bear Truth 9. He says, what would you guys give up for Chase Young?
That's a good question, you know. That's a
If
really
you
good
were gonna
question.
work a trade.
We're not supposed to be here.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from England.
Military. I was like, it's either
I'm from Yorkshire. Yorkshire, England, sir. I'm surprised you understand the word I'm saying.
no.
That's Mickey's a Bears fan, dude.
Yes.
Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Niners fan. So I'm gonna get out of here.
Oh, I don't mind that, man.
No, this guy just got here from.
My favourite team of the 80s, you know, the Bears fan, man.
Here. Thank God for
He just got here from England to see the Bears this week.
awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, good for you, man.
Nice, brother. Cheers, mate.
Welcome.
Cheers.
It's Chase Young. What the fuck would I give up for Chase Young? A third?
Pittsburgh, England.
Low polls.
I am indeed.
BJ, were you giving me a thumbs up on that's what
No.
he do?
No, I mean, he was up there. He said he would give up a third.
Oh, okay.
Did he give up-
I was thinking a second.
Yeah,
Oh, is that too high? What do you think?
seems a little high for my blood.
No, you're right on there. It's okay, Chris.
Yeah, but
Let's see the other
you're the man what drives his car into a ceiling.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with the passenger on
I'm
this
so
one.
glad he didn't punch me there.
I don't know, man.
Now, did you just fog up your lens or is it broken? Did you
I
just
just fogged it up. I was wondering if you could see that.
Oh, crap. Now I got a broken lens too.
I just say, friends like these, I don't know.
Well, we're gonna head into the hotel and get a couple more drinks, and if you guys are still on, well, you guys will be on for another 6 hours, so
Yeah.
we'll try to hop back in with you when we're in the room.
Do it to it.
All right, but you guys be careful though. And
Close on, please.
watch out for
Yeah,
guys sneaking up
I'm gonna
behind.
duck.
Don't worry, PJ. I'll look after him. Don't you worry, mate.
All right, I
They'd
appreciate
be like,
it.
you're a little too tall for this room. The
I
first
see how
10
that guy
minutes,
snuck up behind you guys. You didn't see when that guy snuck up behind you. I was worried about y'all.
Hey, I
Who is
worried
this?
as well, PJ. That wasn't just you, mate. My ass was twitching. Especially Foster, that never-ending smile. I kept thinking, what are you smiling at, bearded man? Eh? You know I love you, mate, but we're never going to go down that
Pretty
road.
sunny old man.
Don't happen, mate. Don't happen. I fly straight. I don't know which way Foster's going at this moment in time.
There you go.
oh man.
All right, guys, enjoy it, man.
All right, we'll see you
Cheers,
soon.
buddy.
Things,
Yeah.
man.
Take care,
now
fellas.
now I've had it.
See you soon, fellas.
See you soon.
Later, guys. Be safe. They're fucking dead. They're gonna die tonight, both of them. No, I'm kidding.
Hey,
So Foster just revealed his master plan.
right. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to lure them back here to my house. And this fresh paneling I just have up here.
It's like I got plenty of plastic, duct tape, and lye.
Oh, I might have to pick up a couple more bags.
See?
Dan's
See?
bigger than I thought.
I mean, wonder why Foster been trying to get him to come back to his place. Now we know.
No, man, he could have
All
went up
right.
on the roof and did a couple shots of my Lord.
We got
Oh,
anything else to cover?
You know, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been going through it.
How is don't the Bears have a better chance passing the ball against Minnesota? Right? Well, somebody even talked about they stack the box more, but isn't their pass defense their weaker point of the two?
I don't know. Like I said, Hunter has 6 sacks. I don't know what their defensive backs are like. I have no idea.
Well, I remember last year they had what's his name from the Bears starting in the season, like 6 or 7 games.
Oh yeah, he's not even there no more.
Right. So I mean, how much? What do they have? I want to say because that's why they're 1-4.
They don't even have Peterson there no more either.
Nope.
So yeah,
I
don't
think
know.
that's where we got to get them. So that's why another reason that Mooney's got to be on board here with Fields. They got to get back to where they were a couple years ago. Regain some of that feel for each other on the field.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's probably going to be just the battle of the the passers here because even the Vikings running game isn't all that great.
Right.
They have Alexander
Madison.
Well,
Max. Yeah.
And again, I'm reading everything you guys are writing in the chat. I don't know if any of you guys are catching this shit. They're doing it again.
Yeah.
I need another freezer.
Yeah, I think Chris is on to you there. That's why he wanted to make sure he left.
Yeah, but Foster, why under the freezer? You could just pack the walls with dry ice.
Good. I just want the bags. I'm telling you, those 10 mil bags, double them up.
Oh no.
They're clear. You can see right through them too. Here, I'll show you.
Liquid nitrogen too. If you can leak-proof the walls there.
Man.
I just used the foam insul, dude. I don't have that kind of money.
I think I better get off here before you guys incriminate yourselves. You're going to use me as a witness.
You know, it's all fun and games until somebody comes up missing.
Well.
See, even Clips, I don't know if he's saying it. It seems like he said Minnesota's secondary is a weakness.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know much about Minnesota. I really haven't watched them, so I couldn't tell you.
I should have been looking at him, and I didn't. I didn't this week, man. I just didn't do it.
We'll see come Sunday.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
I actually looked a little bit at the Denver. I thought, I don't even know what happened with that game. I lost track of that game, so I don't even know who won it. For Kansas City, they were winning. Last I saw, KC was winning 3-0. That's how long ago it's been. So I don't know. If
Kansas City won. Yeah.
I just figured they won. I didn't expect them to cover the spread, though.
Yeah.
I think Denver scored 8 points, maybe.
Wow. So they covered it, huh?
Yeah, who we going to have to cover Hawkinson to notorious TBG's point? Hawkinson, the tight end there.
Well, that would probably be the job of the middle linebacker then.
Edmonds would be the man.
Yeah, Cliff, I ain't trying to go to court, man. I ain't trying to go to court. So, man, I ain't trying to be a witness. And their rushing game was 13th, I guess. So, yeah, it should be a good game. I mean, I'm looking forward to it, but again, I'm expecting us to win.
Mm-hmm. After watching Dexter's tape too, the guy's got to learn a spin move, and he'd be perfect.
Yeah,
he's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming. He is coming.
He was using Ngakwe's move a couple of times there in that game.
Mm-hmm. And who is the guy that was on the Cardinals near the end of his career? Had an excellent spin move. Was it Dwight Feeney?
Yep.
Yeah.
The Indianapolis Colts.
I forgot about that dude, man.
Yeah, give him a call.
Out of Syracuse.
Need some teaching done here to some young guys, and you could do it.
Well, yeah.
I did, Mo. I don't know if you guys cut any of the numbers that Mo put on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Defense.
Oh,
19th in yards, 22nd in passing, and 13th in against the run.
Okay. Score predictions. I thought we already did it.
We kind of did. We didn't do it exactly, and Walt didn't say. You and I kind of did when we talked about how many points the defense was going to give up. So go ahead.
Yeah.
You said yours, but I don't remember what it was.
I'm predicting a Bears win.
Yeah.
I'm saying between we're going to have between 27 and 30 points, and they're going to have between like 23 or 24. So call it 28 to 23. Yes.
I'm thinking 35-26. Just popped in my head. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of in like 31-33 Bears, 21-24 Minnesota. It's going to be a little. I'm just hoping the defense can come through and play like they played.
What you got? Minnesota winning? You said?
What?
You said you got Minnesota?
The same thing almost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But the Bears win, right?
Bears win 31. They scored 31, 33, somewhere in that range, and they'll give up 21, 24. I'd like to see them 20 or less. That's my kind of goal in my eyes. Is give up no more than 20 points like they did against Washington.
Yeah,
if they maintain that and the offense progresses, because they're never going to get it perfect, but as long as they can progress weekly, man.
Wait a minute. Justin Jefferson is not playing, so
see,
no.
KC didn't cover the point spread. They only won by 9.
Yeah.
Oh, they won by 11. It was, what was it, 10.5?
Okay. So Justin Jefferson's not playing, so yeah, we probably can hold him under 20.
That's almost. It kind of scares me. I'm happy, but then it kind of scares me because I'm like, man, he's going to spread the ball out more, and then you're going to see some more stuff from people that we haven't seen. I've just seen that happen with Minnesota too many times over the years. Bunch of guys that
they might put Jalen Johnson on Jordan Addison, who would be then their best receiver outside of Hockenson, and maybe that can shut them down.
Maybe. Crazy
What's
take,
your
though?
prediction, Walt?
I'm gonna go crazy take here. DJ Moore and Justin Fields connect for 300 passing yards between the two of them.
Ooh. Okay. 300 yards, huh? All right.
Yep, just there. We're gonna light up the field.
Wow.
Man.
You got one, Paige?
Bold prediction?
Yeah.
Dante Foreman gets 100 yards.
That's what Notorious just said in the chat.
Did he?
Hey, Notorious, thanks for popping over, man. He just said it. I saw it. There we go.
Oh, okay. No, Notorious. I did not steal your comment. I didn't see it. So
yes, he did.
Let me come up with another. All right, let me come up with another.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Come on, man. Please.
All right. I got one. Mooney
like
gets 5 catches.
Who? Mooney?
Mooney.
That's what he should have, at least 5 or 6.
Okay.
Did anybody say that in the chat? Hold on. Let me see.
No.
Okay, all right.
No. It's not all done. I had a couple things in line, but for some reason I'm going to just say that Komet has 2 touchdowns in this game.
That is completely doable.
That was against Denver, right? He had 2 against Denver?
Did he? Yeah, he did, didn't he?
2 against Denver
so bad.
last week.
I guess it ain't that bold, but it's going to happen again.
No. I mean, you want my honest take? DJ Moore, 125 yards, at least 1 touchdown. Deontay Foreman, probably around 95. Mooney, 5 catches is doable.
Yeah.
Probably 65, 66 yards. So.
Maybe get Scott or Velas in there on a catch or 2 each.
I would
be nice to do.
I would say this as far as the tight ends go to commit catching 2 touchdowns. I don't think our tight end's going to do overly well or great simply because their defense practices against Hockenson all the time.
Yep.
So therefore, they probably know how to play the tight ends.
You would think, and they always got the box stack.
Right. So that's
like I said, it just popped in my head, dude.
Yeah, that's my reasoning. So that's why I say not. I
These are
mean,
bold predictions here.
yeah. I'm sticking with my bold prediction. 5 for Mooney, about 80 yards.
Wow. Mo Beerman said Komet scores twice and Tanyan once.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Victoria
saying.
said Foreman's going to have 100 yards and a TD. Book it.
I
Mooney gets 100 by BT9. Walt is over his skis. Bear Truth 9, 300.
yeah. Will we keep up?
Mooney getting involved will be good, man. And I had an opportunity to pick them up, and I didn't. I went with Mark Wilson on Arizona, and nobody even knows the guy. Well, you might if you know college.
I don't know not one player on Arizona's team right now except
Michael
Kyler.
Wilson. He's a wide receiver on the Cardinals. There's number 2. I don't know, just a gut, man.
Bear Truth 9 says, "Will we keep up the blitz?" I say
I
not
think
as
we
much.
need to.
I would say not as much as last week because of the guys we got coming back. We will still use it, but not as much as we did last week.
I hope they use it early. I really do, because if you just go back and look at Cousins, man, if you don't shake him up early, he usually burns you, man. Like he hasn't done it this year either, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at his numbers, man. The guy they're going to score points, and that's where you got to just stop. You can't let them do this.
Hey, no, I mean, why? It worked last week. Let's keep it going. Like I said, early and often.
Yep. Gates 11. Welcome, Gates 11.
I think, yes, welcome. I would say that reason why they won't do it as much as last week, because Cousins is a more proven quarterback, whereas the other guy last week was more of a rookie, young quarterback. I know he's not a rookie, but a young quarterback, so that's probably why they blitzed him more. That's why I don't see them blitzing him this week, Cousins. I mean, they're going to blitz him some because of the success of last week, but not as much as last week. That's my belief.
I get it, but any quarterback will tell you what they don't like. They don't like pressure on them early and often.
Agreed.
They don't.
I agree with that.
Ron Salisbury said it on this show.
I agree with that.
So I just keep, now I talk about it. I brought up Salisbury. I just keep picturing Fran Tarkenton missing tackles and throwing touchdowns against the Bears every freaking season, twice a season for like 10 years, man, that I saw.
That's something that, can we keep a track of that for next week, please?
What's that?
See if we blitz more or less than we did against Washington. See if by the, whether by the end of this game, whether or not we blitz more or less.
Yeah, I'll have to take a look. See if we
Okay.
can get that information.
Count it, PJ, while you're watching the game. Get a paper, count it, man.
I'll be in motion when I'm watching the game. I'm very seldom sitting down. That's why I tell you guys, I'm like, I probably missed that play because man. They keep me moving. That's all I can tell you. Keep me moving.
Well, you guys ready to call it?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
might
pretty
as well.
tired.
I think we had a good show.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
again, and this happens a lot. It's another first for us because I don't know how many other shows are going to have that shit that we have on every damn week almost. There's always something. When was the last time you saw a show where a guy creamed his truck in the middle of the show?
I know we had everything. Comedy.
Guy coming in from England.
Man.
You
You guys get it all on this. I'm telling you, get it all here. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. Tell them all. But this is a show you need to watch because you never know what you're going to get.
that is it. And we need to go through the chat.
Oh, yeah. Let's give a shout out to Mo Bierman, Mr. Mayhem, Cliff Victoria, Bear Truth Mine, My Brother in Blue, Notorious. Who else we got? Gates 11.
Yeah.
Cliff
Air
Victoria.
Bear is here.
Hair Bear, yes. Hair Bear's always here. Mark Kazak was there earlier. Retro was here earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Rafi was here before too.
Yes, Ravi's popped in to ask about Shorty in the accident. Kitty Cat was here.
Our followers are involved.
Yes, Mammy, she was here, of course.
Mammy.
Doug Van Dorn was here, but he only popped in at the very beginning.
Yeah. Hope you're feeling better, Doug. My thoughts are with you, man, as always, man. So feel better, please.
Raging Oracle.
Yeah, Raging did make an appearance too.
Yes, he did.
Got a bunch of stuff in the chat. Jay Sanders.
Yep.
Can't forget Linda Foster.
James Ford.
B. Foster.
Linda Foster. B. Foster, which is Brendan Foster, my nephew. I drag my family into everything because they're awesome. GCA.
Yeah. Cody
There's
Lipscomb.
Mark Kazak, Zach Sullivan.
Yeah. Cody Lipscomb.
Cody.
Yeah.
I think he had comment about the cigar boxes in my basement or something.
Hey.
CJ
Williams.
CJ, our CJ, man. Got to have him back on, man. We need to have him back on.
So, yeah, guys in the chat, we truly appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Without you, this show would not exist. So we appreciate you. And Retro with the super chats. I think we had about 4 or 5 of them from you tonight.
Yeah, we had a lot.
Thanks for it helps us, man. It helps us
7
for the cost of this.
We had 7? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
all
great.
right.
It's just awesome. It's great for everybody to be involved. Steve Phillips.
James Ford. He was here.
Yeah.
You know, the good thing is too, we may not be the biggest
JTK
Bears
popped
channel
in.
on the market.
Say that again.
No, I'm just saying we're not the biggest Bears channel on YouTube, but you know, with Chris Watts here, we brought a guy from another country to a Bears game. No one else can say that.
Right.
You know,
Another first.
Never been to America. Never been to America before. So yes.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
It's everyone in this chat that makes the world go around here on BCP.
And to Retro's point earlier that he said that sports isn't everything or sports isn't important or something like that. Sports brings people together. Sports truly brings people together. I mean, to Walt's point, a guy from England here in Illinois because of sports. So yeah, sports is important. It brings people together. And I'm grateful for being a part of this network. The guys I work with is fantastic. We joke with each other. We have fun with each other. I really enjoy that. It's a good stress reliever for those of you who can just let your hair down and we can talk about stuff. I just ask that you be respectful with your jokes. Let's not get let's not get too bad with our jokes. But yeah, I enjoy you guys. I really do enjoy you guys, and I have a good time with y'all.
Yeah, these guys are just great, man. I mean, there's probably 50 comments in there tonight, just dumb shit about me, and I love every one of them because it's nothing. It's just insane fun, man. It's just insane fun.
Some of it's true about the bodies behind the panel.
What, Pete?
I said some of it's true with the bodies behind the panel.
Yeah.
Put that out there.
Yeah. Well, Nancy, we'll have to leave that alone for another time.
Yeah.
Mo Bierman says BCP, most fun channel.
All right, thank you, Mo.
Thanks,
Mo.
Appreciate you, Mo.
Way to go.
Yep. I did want to bring it for the guys still here. Foster, we've been talking about this for a while, about possibly doing another program in the BCP network. And, I think we're going to do something on Sundays from now on. I haven't decided if I want to do it this Sunday or starting next Sunday, but we're going to do something called the Aftermath, which is just a first look at the game we just had today. And, having a couple hours to digest, and we're going to, hit it hard. So if you want to watch, it's probably going to be, around, this time here, later in the evening.
Cool.
So all you night owls come out, take a look.
There you
And
go.
yeah, we just
Cool.
want to bring more content to you. So
There you go. You heard it here first from Walt himself. Sunday nights,
Be the man.
he
Yeah,
will be the man.
I'll have more information soon. I've been working a few things here and there, but
Awesome, dude.
we'll get it done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
We appreciate
man.
you guys in the chat. We really do. Thanks
Yeah.
again for your nice comments. Appreciate your guys' banter, laughter, all that. And man, say a prayer for Shorty. We joked about his vehicle. Let's say a prayer for him anyway, because man, you got to take on that expense.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna be cheap.
I think it wasn't cheap coming out here to begin with, so
Right.
throw that on top of it.
Right. So yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for him. I'm just joking. I'm not. I don't know how to do that, so no.
There, we got to go out that way, huh? Awesome.
I might have to come up to Chicago now just to see him now, just because he had an accident.
Stop by, Pete.
Huh? I tell you, if it would have been, if it was nice like it was today on Saturday, I would come up, but
Pete won't come near here alone if you pay him.
I can come up. It just got to be a nice day, though.
No, I meant to the house, man. I want you to come hang out.
Oh no, I ain't coming to your house. Oh no.
Yeah, I did open up my house, Foster. So we'll talk about this during the week if everyone wants to come down. Even if it's the middle of the day, have some fun,
There you go.
have a nice meal and all that. And
Yes.
This is upon us.
Cool. All right, fellas.
yeah,
Love you guys. Stay safe, man.
You guys have a great night. Chat. Appreciate you. Cliff Victoria. Have fun, man. I don't know if you're coming up this week or next week, but have fun. So on 3, 1, 2, 3. Bears.
Bears.